Hi there, my name is FixFox and welcome to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. This is the FHeroes edition, and today we are on to the Price of Loyalty campaign Scenario 7. We have the choice between either doing Scenario 7 or doing Scenario 8, but you know how we do it here. We make sure that we hit every little bit as often as possible. So, while we could bounce to 8, Corruption's Heart, we will instead do Scenario 7, Betrayal's End. And I love this already. For the good of the Empire, eliminate Krager. Let's view the intro and see what are we getting ourselves into.
The Emperor's Archmage has made a crucial discovery, plucked from the thoughts of Krager himself as he fled the battle for the third artifact piece. Krager is not alone in his treachery. A cabal of necromancers within the heart of the Empire itself has guided him toward the artifacts they sought. Now we may strike at the source of this chaos which threatens the Empire. Gather the Emperor's armies and destroy the cabal, and with it, the traitor who has evaded you these many months.
Interesting. Okay. That tells us a lot there as far as the story of this campaign goes. For starters, we know that Krager was actually the puppet or the tool of a greater force within the Empire, a treasonous group of necromancers, it would seem. And so we need to eliminate him. And I know because we already have the breastplate of Andoran, which is the +5 to defense, and we already have the helmet of Andoran, which is the +5 to spell power, that he has the sword of Andoran, which is the +5 to attack. And so even though we are going to go out of our way to get him, we will have the opportunity afterwards to combine the ultimate artifact that is known as, I think it's the Battle Garb of Andoran. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. We can't get there unless we go through Scenario 7, Betrayal's End. We will also, on top of those other two artifacts, we will have the Elven Alliance bonus, so all elves and grand elves will be willing to join our army. We will have a wood bonus, which will be +2 wood per day. It's basically having an extra sawmill. And then we have our choice between 10 sulfur, a power axe, which will be a +2 to attack, or a scroll with animate dead on it. That's actually very interesting, and I'm guessing that we are going to be necromancers just because we have an animate dead spell. Either that or we're going to start off with some pretty gnarly necromancer troops. This is interesting to me though. 10 sulfur. That would make me think that maybe we're going to have the opportunity to be warlocks. Warlocks with dragons need a lot of sulfur. And then the power axe, that seems like the most generic choice out of them all. Let's go to our handy dandy dice roll to decide which bonus we are going to take this scenario. And the dice will tell us that we are going to roll a 2, and a 2 gives us this first choice, which is 10 sulfur. I think I would have preferred this animate dead scroll or the power axe over the sulfur. This is probably my last choice, but that's just kind of how the way things go. Our difficulty is on hard. And folks, let's dive right in. Regrettably, you have no castle with which to begin your assault. Fortunately, however, Krager's forces are weak here in the south, and you have bribed a rebel necromancer to aid you in the beginning of your conquest. I love scenarios where you start off with no castle. Kind of, not really. The problem with not having a castle to start off with is that you often struggle to get a nice fast start, and especially what we have found in these scenarios, a fast start is pretty darn important for us. And I hate seeing this. We even have only a level 1 necromancer, Rialdo. Not a whole lot of starting forces, basic necromancy, basic wisdom. Do we have any fun spells? No, we don't. We just have the regular haste that everyone starts off with. The only thing we really have to our name is the breastplate of Andoran and the helmet of Andoran. So 1 attack, 5 defense, 7 spell power, 2 knowledge. And with no offensive spells, what good is that 7 spell power, I ask you? I see this red tent. We're going to have to get that first and foremost. You enter the tent and see an old woman gazing into a magic gem. She looks up and says, "In my travels, I have learned much in the way of arcane magic. A great oracle taught me his skill. I have the answers you seek." So anytime we come across a red barrier, we will be able to traverse that. One thing I'm noticing here is that I have the wrong display on here. I need to fix that. If we are going to be evil, we are going to be evil. Much better. All right. And then let's take a look here. We have some wood, some ore, a campfire, and looks like a horde of rogues. I don't know if we need to go north here or if maybe we can go east. I'm just going to check, and it looks like no, there's just trees everywhere. With that being said, I'm worried about the snow, knowing that we need to go find a town pretty soon, and we start off in a place where we have a penalty. That doesn't feel very good. That doesn't feel very good at all. Orange player, you have lost your last town. If you do not conquer another in the next week, you will be eliminated. 7 days to go. So let's hurry. We're definitely going to take the 1500 experience here. Pathfinding. I will definitely take pathfinding. We'll fight these rogues. I hate those losses. Look at that. 1 vampire, 1 mutant zombie, and 4 skeletons. If I can save all my vampires, I will absolutely do so. I will lose tons of zombies, but I do not want to lose any of these vampires. I just don't. I don't want to see that happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This rogue will be able to reach, but none of the other ones will. I think that we just kind of move out of the way here a little bit. And I'm interested to see what the AI will do here. If they'll try to maintain distance and maybe take 1 step forward, or what they'll do. I have no idea. But I do have the haste, right? How about we haste the mutant zombies this turn and move them down, and then we'll just skip with the skeletons. And then if we haste again, all of our troops, sans vampires, should be able to mix it up this round of combat. One way or the other, we're going to take some damage because rogues have no retaliation. There's just nothing we can do about that. But I would much rather lose skeletons and mutant zombies than these vampires. And so we dive on top of all of them. I don't think we're going to have any problems. I think at this point I can just hit Q and end the fight. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we did lose 12 skeletons. That's actually a lot. And one thing I've mentioned before, and I will mention again, is that I am a terrible necromancer player. I am very bad at it because I do a bad job of making sure that my stack sizes on my skeletons stays healthy. And I also just do a bad job of utilizing some of those lower level troops. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. My natural play style is a little bit different. I'm not going to go back for this wood and this ore, but I am going to pick up this wood, that extra 9 wood. Because I got the pathfinding, I think that it will be okay to use a little bit of extra time to do that. I do see a sawmill. Remember, we do have that +2 wood because of our bonus, so that may not be a priority, but I do see a lot of gold, a lot of ore. No town yet, though. I'll take the 1,000 gold. We'll definitely take the wisdom. Unless I have a reason to believe that I need to play a diplomacy game, I'm not going to plan on playing a diplomacy game. That's very, very niche. Very rare do I end up playing a diplomacy game. Yeah, I can, but I choose not to, if I can at all help it. Now I got 16 spell points. I did pick up 1 knowledge there. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm aware that I need to use these spell points with purpose and use it very wisely, but for now I'm just trying to get a decent split here. With this terrain here, sometimes you can make it so the AI is going to have to choose where they're going to fight you, and you're going to be able to isolate some fights a little bit better. So long as I don't lose 1 vampire, I'm fine with whatever the results are. That's 13 hit points or 17 hit points left on these vampires. That's 1 really good shot. There's 15. These vampires are officially done with 2 hit points left. They are out of the fight. These goblins are going to go before these vampires, so we are going to need to haste the vampires to save the 1. But I think that makes a lot of sense for me, and I feel no qualms about doing that. We're going to hit Q and end the battle from there. So that was 1 mutant zombie lost. We picked up 7 more skeletons. After scouring the area, you fall upon a hidden chest containing the ancient artifact Fire Cloak. So any fire damage spells will be halved. And we are on day 4. We have 4 days left to capture a town, but honestly, if we can get to a castle or a town before the end of the week, that's probably better for me. And here is my town. Oh, it's not even a castle. That's a little sad. There's some pluses to that and some minuses to that. The pluses, I would say, are that... I'll take the ballistics. The pluses are that I'm not going to have to fight over a wall. As you can see, it just is an open battlefield because it's only a town and there's no defenses. But the negative, I would say... Well, that means I'm going to have to purchase a town there. Once again, I don't care about these mutant zombies. Let's get the mutant zombies down the battlefield. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can go to here and avoid extra damage. I think that I will also haste the skeleton stacks. 5 to 7. I'm not worried about this lich, but it looks like the lich is going to go and then my vampires will go. So the vampires are going to go before these 8 skeletons or these mummies. Let's attack the mummies. And then let the vampires get into the fight. From here, it should be pretty simple. We're just going to hit Q and end the battle that way. That's 8 skeletons to get back. This is a tough choice, but I think I better take Necromancy. That extra 10% in creatures, if I find a huge stack of, like, I don't know, peasants, that could be terrific for me. Let's walk into our town here. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried that we were not going to be able to upgrade this town into a castle, which would have been absolutely devastating. We do have the excavation site for skeletons, we have the pyramid for mummies, and we actually have mutant zombies available in the upgraded graveyard. We have a really good mage guild here, actually. Look at this. We got a damaging spell, we have a shield, and we have a curse. And the reason why I'm really happy to see the damaging spells, we've got 8 spell power. That's pretty terrific. Oh, that's new. Folks, that is new. I had no idea. Okay, if you right click on your spell power, did it always do that? Or is this an FHeroes2 bonus? I think that this is new with FHeroes2, where if you right click on your spell power or your defense, it will tell you what the modifiers are. That's great. Will that work with anything else? It will. Interesting. It'll even say here on neutral morale, there are no morale modifiers. Entire army is undead, so morale does not apply. That is so cool. Good job, FHeroes2 team. You guys just keep on coming in the clutch. I'm very impressed. Okay, we actually have, because we have a damaging spell and we have 4 knowledge, I think that we take 2 steps out of the town, buy another hero with our 3,000 gold. It will be Zom, the Necromancer. I'm going to leave the zombies, but I'm going to press in and give up as many of these skeletons as possible. And I see this whole host of resources here. That's very interesting. Magic Garden, Windmill, and then some of these special resources. And we had the opportunity to start off with an extra 10 sulfur. Wait, did we take the 10 sulfur? We did, didn't we? We started off with that extra 10 sulfur. What costs sulfur? Mausoleum, maybe the upgraded mansion, and the laboratory. Well, I'm guessing that additional 10 sulfur is just so you can pick up this mausoleum. Maybe in week 1, maybe I shouldn't have spent 2,500 gold on another hero. Maybe. Difficult to say, and I don't know the answers. For now, though, we're going to wait. Replenish our spell points and just kind of see what the morning brings. We could pick up the Thieves Guild and then the mansion. We only have 1,250 gold coming in per day. But I did see a lot of gold here. Let's have Zom, not Zam. Zom is blue, and then Zam is the purple necromancer. Let's have them go here and here. What is that? Is that a land bridge? Look at that. Oh, and one thing that I noticed here. So we have a land bridge here, and we have this aqua barrier here. And this freaks me out, because a pack of Crusaders is guarding a spell scroll. And spell scrolls can have whatever spell the level designer wanted this hero or this player to have. It can be random, but it can be an actual spell that's just like, well, here you go. But a pack of Crusaders is massive, and a pack of Crusaders is going to do double damage to the undead. And guess what? Everybody I have is undead. So, I do have some concerns there, especially with no liches or no shooters. I think that there's a part of me that wants to see if I can get another 2,000 gold here. Let me travel on the road. I don't think it'll matter whether I go for sawmill or dwarves. I don't think I'm going to have enough movement points, though. Yeah, I'm just out of movement points, unfortunately. Maybe I should not have picked up some of those extras along the way, because it's already day 7. That's going to cost me. I'm going right here into the middle to try and force a split. It looks like I'm going to be unable to do so. 1, 3. Looks like it's going to be 1 and 2. Maybe if I go right here? I don't know who these dwarves are all trying to get, to be honest. Perfect. Okay, that's what I wanted. I want to isolate this fight as much as possible. It may be a little bit superfluous, really, but I'm going to do it, and here's the reason why. It is correct. It is correct play to do what I'm trying to do here. I do have a lot of spells with the magic arrow. Maybe I should just start magic arrowing. I was worried that the dwarves would reduce or stop the damage from that spell. They did, but for 3 spell points out of 40, it's worth a shot. Okay. Maybe I can get these dwarves to split one more time. At this point, it's really not the most important thing that I make this happen, and yet I'm going to do it just to prove that I can. Okay, and now we're going to attack this dwarf. Very fun. Very nice to see this work. When you can make it work, it feels pretty nice. Let's get everybody just one step closer. And then let's hit Q because the battle is over. So 3 skeletons are lost. We recoup 4, and we are not going to be able to get any of this additional gold. We are not going to pick up this mausoleum turn 1. So a little sad, but them's the breaks. Next turn, though, we should be able to pick that up. And so we shall do so. Any other purchases we need to make? I guess we can get the skull pile. I don't know. Gold is looking really tight right now. And these buildings, I mean, that's 7,000 gold for vampires and liches. We've been blessed in the previous scenarios to start with a gold mine right next to us. I don't see that happening here, and that's a problem. So I think I'm going to wait, and I'm going to save my money so I can get something nice, something big. That's 1,000 gold, that's 900 gold, that's 700 gold, that's 500 gold. That was a healthy sum of gold. I'm not losing 3 vampires. I don't care what you say. You know what I should have done, though? I just realized I should have fought the zombies before the new week. Why? Because creatures do grow from week to week. On the adventure map, more creatures will multiply, spawn. I don't know in this case if they're... I don't know how you're generating more mutant zombies, but somehow you're generating more mutant zombies. I don't love this because I know these mutant zombies are going to attack these 8. I'm going to do that, though, because I'm going to haste these skeletons in just a second. I'll take the hits here, but then the skeletons will get into the fight via a haste. On this stack of 11 that's already used up their retaliation. And then we're just going to start doing some magic arrows. Do I want to put my vampires in peril? I think not. I think not. Mutant zombies in peril? I don't care. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. I think now, though, we can get the vampires into the fight safely. Immediately, they're going to take some damage, but at this point, I think the battle is won. Yep, that's 5 mutant zombies, 8 skeletons. We get 7 back. Interesting that you can get skeletons back from mutant zombies. I know we've talked about that before, but it never ceases to impress. It never ceases to impress. Let's get up this land bridge here. This is very interesting. And I know this is interesting too, but remember I have the red tent, and this is a aqua barrier. So I can't get through this barrier. My hope is that there's no enemies on the other side that can get through. I have not seen any precious resource mines, and maybe I just won't. I don't even have an ore mine, do I? Look at this. I don't even have an ore mine. Wood? Windmill. Maybe I just have to use this windmill to get precious resources, or maybe there's resources to the north. I think that I need to pick up troops, so let's do that. So expensive. So expensive. And then let's head home, pick up more troops, and have Zom tell me what's up north. A gold mine. Terrific. That is very important. Should I go get this windmill or should I go north? I think it's day 2. I'll have time to come back for the windmill in just a little bit. And now should I get the upgraded pyramid? I know I want to get the Mage Guild. I've been thinking about this for a second. The laboratory is going to be a little ways away. Do I go level 2 Mage Guild or do I go for laboratory? If I can get that second gold mine, or that gold mine. Let's forego the Mage Guild. I already have 1 damaging spell, and the likelihood of me getting another damaging spell is actually lower. If you, in your first level, do not get a magic arrow, you have an increased chance of getting either the cold ray or the lightning bolt. But because I have the magic arrow, I am less likely to get a lightning bolt. I am less likely to get a cold ray. And I already have my damaging spell. A curse is good. The shield can be very useful. Yeah, so let's forego the level 2 Mage Guild and let's spend those resources instead on this laboratory. I need to rush up north. I don't have time to wait overnight. I must purchase everything I can. So let's get the liches first. And let's not get the mummies just because they might... Oh. Let's not get the mummies because I'd have to upgrade them. Let's not get the zombies because I'm trying to save my money. I only have 3,800 gold right now and it's day 3. I'll be able to get this gold mine next turn, but not the turn after. Okay, there's my ore mine. There's zombies guarding something. Looks like some more precious resources. Looks like there's a road right here. Oh, and an undefended gem mine. So that's good. Okay, gold, gems, ore, and sawmill. Okay, and we're saving our gold. Let's pick up. The goblins want to run. Am I going to pursue them? I absolutely am. 84 experience, but more importantly, 5 skeletons. And I see... What are they guarding? Oh, and there's Mercury. Okay, I'm going to send Zom up the road. Oh, let's stay on the... Let's go to the observation tower. That observation tower is huge. Usually what you'll see me do is you'll see me send my secondary hero up a road as far as he can go. And the reason being is that way, if there's an enemy coming down the road, then I'll be able to see them coming from a long ways off. Look how far we've gone already. We started in the bottom left corner. We've worked our way up to halfway across the map to get to the land bridge. And now we're coming up into the north and we haven't seen an enemy yet. That's a little bit surprising. That's a little bit surprising. I'm a little scared. Okay, there's 5,000 gold. Let's pick up this observation tower. Okay, there is... Wow, there's Jezebel. Actually, that's not really a scary army, is it? The archers aren't easy, but this is just a hodgepodge. Look how bad their morale is going to be. They got 3 different types of troops there. That's going to be a -2 morale. Oh, so there's... Is that +3 or +4 to knowledge? A lightning rod, Spade of Necromancy, some random spell, and then a 2nd level spell. Xanadu, so if my hero gets to a high enough level, that's +1 to each of the primary stats. A sign, which is very important because we always take those. Aqua tent, there's my tent down here. 1, 2, 3 heroes. I think that I'm going to send Zom back. Hold on. Grand Elves and Grand Elves. Can I wonder... It's month 1, week 2, day 5. And I'm saving up for my bone dragons. There is not a lot of army here. There's some army here. But Tyro looks like he's pretty far away. This could be a race. Rialdo might be able to get here fairly quickly. I think I'm going to shoot for this town. It seems a little sketchy, but I'm probably not going to make it even with the road. Looks like right here it's 3 turns. It's only 3 turns. 5, 6, 7. I can make it right now. I may not be able to make it if I take one step out of my way. And that's a little concerning because I want this alchemist lab. I want the +1 to Mercury, but look at the little number on my horse there on my cursor. It says it'll take me 3 turns to get to this town, and that'll be before a new week. I have to do this. This army is not terrific, but this will be absolutely worth my time. I would love to get these Grand Elves, but I see weak army here, weak army there, and I'm in a foot race with Tyro. I think I can get back home to his home, and then that can be very, very, very helpful for me. I'm still saving up for my laboratory. I'll pick that up before the week is over. But unless somebody comes through this aqua barrier, I'm going to be fine. So let's hit end turn. I gotta tell you, I'm very happy that Jezebel did not attack Zom here. I'm still 2 turns away according to this. I'm going to do something a little cheeky. The difference between Rialdo and Zom is fairly high. Level 1 to level 5, but I think this army is so weak that I think that these standing troops can actually take it out. So long as Zom has, what is that? 6 magic arrows doing 60 damage, 40 damage. Other than the archers, what's really scary there? Nothing. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go onto the Magic Garden, pop back up onto the road. Take these troops, all of these troops, and then fight this fight as best as I can. I'm going to split the vampires because they're going to be my best stack, and then make sure we get these artifacts over. And then because I don't want Rialdo to run out of movement points, oh dear, I can't beat that battle. That changes everything. Oh my goodness, look at that. But I'm still gonna fight this fight. And it says Zom is actually going to abandon me, and I'm going to have completely thrown the game. I think I can do better with a couple of magic points. 34 archers. Oh goodness. That's not good at all. That's actually terrible. Would I be better off cursing them? 2 to 3 damage. That's not going to help that much. The magic arrow is going to do 70 points of damage. That's actually pretty good. 7 archers at a time. I think we need to do that. The archers are officially covered up. They're my biggest threat. I might as well do something with the vampires, because I don't know who's going to get hit first, the liches or the vampires, but this is going to be a brawl at this point. So let's just start working on some of these troops. I can kill 25 to 35 peasants. Yes, I'm always more scared of the goblins, but I can kill more peasants, and peasants still do some damage. So let's kill as many peasants as we can. Bad morale coming in clutch. Okay, happy to see that. I'm going to need to save some troops near the liches just in case the gargoyles come across. I need somebody who can get the liches freed up. Let's kill the rest of the peasants. The peasants are going to go this round of combat, so let's do that. 2 vampires go down. Not very nice. Not very nice at all. Okay. Very interesting choice to go into a defensive position and then run away from that. Why? I'm not sure. Why did they do that? I'm not sure. Now, 28 hit points. 3 Master Swordsmen are not going to do 28 hit points worth of damage. I say that we just make sure that the archers do not... Well, they're going to do that. But I still think that was not a terrible decision. I'm a little worried about these gargoyles, but here's the main threat. Let's have the mutant zombies go... 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have them go here. So next turn they can hit these Master Swordsmen, or they can come back and help out with the liches. Skeletons, though, are going to press forward. And then I am going to make sure that these archers don't do too much here. But I'm going to work on this. I'm going to kill 7 and 7. I do need to... but they're steel-skinned. Let's work on these goblins. There's a cold ray. Not very happy to see that. My vampire has 16 hit points left. How much use is he going to be? Not a tremendous amount, but I definitely don't want to burn him down. My liches have been doing a significant amount of damage. 32 damage. At this point, the Master Swordsman, are they going to do 16 points of damage? Absolutely they will. So it doesn't really matter whether or not I save these vampires or not. They moved into this position, they did their job, and this will actually allow the skeletons to move into this slot if I so choose. So I'm very sad to see. Oh, wait, never mind. With 3 hit points left, my vampires survive. Okay, guys, good job. Good job. That's a weird choice. That's a weird choice. I think that the enemy has decided that they cannot win this fight. And so now they're just trying to brawl it out. And I'm fine with that. These archers are going to do 3 damage here. I don't think I could save these vampires. Nope, I don't think I can do it. But there are 6 archers now. That's still 1 magic arrow. But I don't want to hurt my own troops. So let's do this split right here. Actually, oh boy. What's the likelihood that mutant zombies and skeletons can do in these archers? Not very high. Let's skip and hope that they don't run. Let's skip and hope that they don't run. They didn't run. Okay. That was actually exactly what we hoped for. Okay, so we lost all of our vampires, 19 skeletons. We get back 11 skeletons, but that essentially ends our hopes for a brighter tomorrow. Yeah, I think that I'm actually happy with the way that that worked out because Castor has just too big of an army. So Tyro's got a big army and Castor has a big army. Tell you what, it's a good thing we're saving up for bone dragons because bone dragons, higher tier creatures, have this exponential value over lower tiered creatures. I don't know how else to put it. I just know it's exponential. I'm not going to fight for this artifact, by the way. I don't need the morale. Whereas, I mean, which is better? A lich or a bone dragon? The bone dragon, and it's not even close. I think that I would take 1 bone dragon over 5 liches, maybe 7 in a straight up fight. You know, and the liches at 650 gold or 700 gold cost how much more than 1 bone dragon anyway? So getting bone dragons by the end of week 2 is going to be worth all my time. It's going to be worth all my time. I'm going to get Zom out of the way. I want to get him off the road just a little bit here. I want to pick up a pack of Grand Elves. Lots, a pack. I want to get both of them. But I don't want to get stuck in the swamp. Because we have help coming. Maybe Castor won't push in that hard? No, he's coming straight for us. Don't even kid yourself. You need to take these troops and you need to run. Take the troops, take the artifacts, and run. And then if Zom wants to stick around and try and pick up some elves, I am all for it. I think at this point we will probably get our ore mine on the way back. But there's our turn. Yep, here he comes. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. That's not actually that bad. Let's pick up the lab. End of week 2, having our 6th level creatures is tremendous. We'll pick up the 1 bone dragon because Maximus is a knight. He's probably not going to have any crazy spells. And therefore, we're not going to have to really worry if he is coming through this aqua barrier. We saw the aqua barrier somewhere, though, didn't we? We saw the aqua tent. Oh, it's right here. Aqua tent is right there. But he's red, Maximus is, and these guys are blue. So there's a good chance, unless there's multiple tents, which there can be. Unless there's multiple tents, we should be okay. If you stick around, you're going to get dead. So let's just go. Do we need the ore? We have 12 ore. What else are we going to spend ore on? Pyramid? There's 5. There's 5. There's 5. So we'll be able to get a Mage Guild level 2. and either a pyramid or a mausoleum. I'm probably not going to get the power liches. We might go with the pyramid. So we're not going to even need this ore. It's just not going to be that useful for us. It's day 7 though, and we have not gotten this windmill. It's going a little bit out of our way, but we're going to get 2 mercury now, and then next turn we're going to get a little bit more mercury. And otherwise we are hightailing it out of here. Let's see what Maximus does. I'm a little bit worried about that aqua barrier. Okay, and so he actually runs. I wasn't sure if this was a land bridge here and a land bridge like here, but it looks like he disappeared and reappeared into a teleporter, which is just fine for me. There's an additional 2 mercury. We're fine on mercury for now, it seems like. Look at that. Wouldn't that be great if we could just go right here? But instead we have to go all the way around. Not very nice. Not very nice. Right now I'm getting 100 gold a day for Zom. I am fine to just keep him alive. Did we already stop on the windmill? We did, because it says it's already visited. Let's head back. There's not a lot of, a thought process that's going on right now, other than just, okay, stay alive, keep our troops, because somehow they started off with so many troops. So many troops. Like, what am I to do, really? Well, and the answer is pick up 3 bone dragons. That's absolutely the answer. We're going to stay at least one more night. We'll replenish. We don't need to replenish spell points. Do we have anywhere else to go? I don't think so. 5 more gems. These windmills and this magic garden has been terrific for us. And we got this one too. They've been great for us. I do want to get this mage guild, and I can. I'll get the level 2 mage guild. Maybe I'll get a better damaging spell. I think right now with 8 spell power, I just want damage. I want damage as quickly as possible, as much as possible. And right now I'm getting 2,250 gold per day. I want to use that to get as many of these troops as I can. No more bone dragons to get. Do we get liches or do we fill out our army? I think we get the liches. Make the enemy respect that stack. Yeah, liches are so expensive. 750 gold. I don't have a marketplace yet. Let's get that right now. Because I'm sitting on 66 wood now. Being able to trade wood for gold or another resource. Pretty useful. Pretty useful. We're going to lose our gems. I just don't want to lose the gold mine. I'm guessing that Tyro is their main hero. And so I do not want Castor and Tyro to link up and to combine their forces. I think this is going to be an opportunity. I already took out 33 archers in that first battle. I think I need to take out a pack of rangers pretty soon. I think that that's probably the best thing I can do for myself. So we have 200 gold here. I would love to buy out this town. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Rialdo up because they haven't scouted here. I don't know how far. Let's see. I'm going to do something highly technical, which you're not going to be able to see because the camera is there. But I'm taking my fingers and I'm putting them on my computer screen where this observation tower is and where the edge of the vision is. And I'm going to see what is the radius of this observation tower. Highly technical move. Very, very delicate procedure. Just give me 1 second here. Okay. 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 Yeah. 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 I think you're going to be able to just barely see this gold mine. I don't think that much of this land bridge is at all going to be visible, and that's good. So maybe Rialdo can sneak up and surprise Castor. The only thing to think about is Castor is Warlock, so he will have scouting, so he'll have a little bit of additional range, but maybe he'll go here, waste some movement points, and get to maybe right here and say, oops. And I'll say, yeah, buddy, that is an oops. That's my plan anyway. And then Zom can buy some creatures and we'll ferry them to the front and we will hopefully surprise him and keep these armies from combining. I thought he would go this way, but instead he has gone that way. I don't love that because I really don't want to lose these resources. Gems, crystal, sulfur. Yeah, those would be really nice to have. This would be really nice to have. Okay. The one mistake one thing I wish I'd done is I wish I'd gotten the Mage Guild before I left. I'm not going to do that now. Instead, I'm going to spend all my gold on troops. Again, not going for the mummies. Let's get a couple of the zombies and then get the rest in skeletons. Move those troops down. Combine. And then have Rialdo absolutely scare Castor senseless. He's not going to be able to run from me. And so I'm actually going to go right here, because if he goes and clears out all these resources and does basically a desperado move, then so be it. But the one thing I don't want him to do is have Tyro go here and him go here. I don't know if I want to fight Tyro just yet. 4 Bone Dragons is pretty good. But I think I'm actually going to split these Bone Dragons to... They're my best unit. Let's be as flexible with them as possible. Okay. And then let's end our turn. Aha. Oh. I'm just fine with that. I'm so very fine with that. Do you see how fast Tyro is, though? I know he was traveling by road, but he moved a long way. Long way. This is as far as I'll get. I'm going to have to go here. Attack, not on the diagonal, but on the side, and then escape as far as I can. I think I might get caught, though. I might get caught, and if I do get caught, I'm going to need to save some gold so I can potentially rehire Rialdo. If I can save these artifacts, maybe I can do something fun. So let's fight this fight. It's a very necessary fight. Enemy has fled. I think we can do better. I don't want to lose 4 liches at all. I want them to stick around so that they can be a force to be reckoned with. That is unfortunate. So it looks like we're going to lose 4 liches. It won't be, we can't avoid it. Can't avoid it, because that cold ray is going to be 60 damage. Can't avoid it. I don't think it's going to matter if I use a couple of magic arrows. There's... Wait, how much damage is that doing? It's doing 80 points of damage. Might as well kill 1 whole stack of rangers. Note that I can now, on a 2-hex creature with my liches, I can choose which part of the 2 hexes I hit. I feel like in the old version, in like the Heroes of Might and Magic 2 Gold, you were not able to choose, and for some reason I was always hitting my own troops, whether I liked it or not. Let's take out full stacks of creatures here. That gives us the opportunity maybe to prevent the enemy from running. It's not likely, but it's possible. We definitely, you know what? If we can take out these champions, let's see. Speed 5. It's not going to happen. My Bone Dragons are slower than all their other creatures. I would have to take out the champions. I would have to take out everybody this round of combat, so I'm not going to worry about it. Maybe if I leave the champions alive, though, maybe they will waste their turn doing something before they run. Maybe. Is the AI going to run right here? They do run right there. Darn. But we will take the expert necromancy. Will we? Hold on. Navigation. I see a lot of water on this map. What's the likelihood that we're going to be using boats? Well, I used that logic to take pathfinding earlier, and it looks like it's probably only going to be the snowy bit in the bottom left that was just there to slow me down. I think I'm going to take the necromancy because it's always going to be useful. So let's take that, and let's just get out of dodge. Let's go 1 full step down. Maybe we can get away, maybe not. We will see what happens here. Several water elementals. That's not nothing, but we are going to have a tremendous amount of spell points. Every little magic arrow helps. Let's see if Tyro can make it all the way here. His slowest creature is the average speed goblins. I'm guessing he's going to be able to reach me. Let's see. Yeah, buddy, look at that. Now, I love that. We're not going to be able to get home. We're not going to be able to get home. But and let me move away from my hero so that way we're not right by the coast. When you're by the coast, you get that sound. It's one of the many ambiance things that you get with Heroes of Might and Magic. But it can sometimes get a little loud and annoying. What this means, even though Rialdo cannot get back home, is I can potentially resupply one more time. With 4,000 gold, with 4,000 extra gold, you better believe I can resupply one more time. How much is the upgraded pyramid? 1,500 gold. Do I want to spend 1,500 of my gold? That would be 1,350 for the skeletons. That would be 3,400 for 17 mutant zombies. I think that this is going to be an example of higher tier creatures are going to do better for me. But you know what? But I don't want to combine my bone dragons. I do not. I don't want to combine my bone dragons. If I combine my bone dragons, then I lose some flexibility. A big stack of bone dragons is good, but I don't have like a bloodlust or something. Yeah, I don't really have a buffing spell for my bone dragons. The only thing that might be useful there is lots of archers or lots of rangers. If I do combine the bone dragons, if I shield them, then they can be mostly impervious to lots of rangers damage. I think that my biggest threat is going to be lots of master swordsmen, though. I don't think that the rangers are really going to be the problem. I don't think anyway. You know, funny thing. If we had dropped, never mind. I was wondering if I had dropped a very slow unit, if maybe we could have gotten home this turn. We cannot. We have 1,200 movement points. That's just kind of what we have. We're going to have to fight this fight here, and we are going to resupply. We're not going to upgrade the royal mummies and then send them, because who would I get rid of? The zombies, the skeletons? Combine the stacks? No. We are simply going to purchase all the skeletons we can and all the mutant zombies we can, and that's actually going to be everything except for mummies. And that's okay. And that's okay. I don't love this fight, by the way. I do not love where we're going with this. But I think this is my best bet. Usually I talk about, hey, let's be aggressive. This is about as aggressive as I can get. But if I can do this, if I can do this fight, I think that this is their toughest hero. If I can do this fight, I think we're in the driver's seat. I think that we'll then roll through these golems. We'll roll through these zombies. We'll roll through and pick up these elves. Maybe these artifacts and take this town. So if we win this fight, we are in the driver's seat and we're feeling pretty good. I don't know how many enemies we have, though. Is blue our only enemy? There's a lot of map that's left undiscovered here. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Okay, let's fight this fight. Let's see what the AI thinks. Oh boy, that was close. Let's split the dragons. And let's fight this fight. Okay, the AI says we're going to lose. Wow, he must have a lot of attack skill and defense skill. Not a lot of losses here. Let's fight this fight. 33 Master Swordsmen. Oh my goodness. 33 Master Swordsmen is so many swordsmen. 90 points of damage. We're doing 90 points of damage. We're going to kill 3 Master Swordsmen every magic arrow. Right now I need to focus on these rangers, though. I absolutely need to focus on these rangers, though. And I'd rather kill 9 at a time than just curse them. The curse would reduce a lot of damage, but I would much rather start to take out troops so I don't have to deal with them ever again. I think that that's more worth my time than anything. Let's see. I think I actually give up 2 liches. Sometimes it makes a lot more sense to move your zombies, your skeletons into a defensive position in front of your liches. I don't think that makes nearly as much sense here. I think that we actually try and save the mutant zombies, save the skeletons so we can fight these swordsmen later. Maybe we try and avoid fighting now so we can whittle these guys down with some magic arrows. Unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go to here, the mutant zombies are still going to be in range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think that that's actually our best bet. Hopefully these rangers don't kill 2 liches. I think that's highly unlikely. That's not likely at this point then. Oh. 35 hit points left on this bone dragon. Yikes. Yikes. 11 attack, 8 attack. Oh, by the way, 5 attack, 4 defense, 2 spell power, 2 knowledge, 9 spell points. Has Tyro already cast a spell? He casts Steel Skin for 6 spell points. So he'll have 1 more Steel Skin, and that Steel Skin is going to last for 2 turns each. Yeah. Okay. 18 defense is a lot of defense. That's a lot of defense. Okay. Let's... I know I might lose a Bone Dragon here, but let's start doing some damage here. Looks like we're going to survive 1 more turn with them. The goblins, though, are going to do 8 damage. That's for sure. Let's get the skeletons forward, but not completely into the fracas. Let's stay far, far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's stay just far away from these Master Swordsmen. The champions should not be able to get all the way around through all this terrain. Do I do the Rangers 1 more time and kill 9 more? Or do I start working on these Master Swordsmen? If I don't take out these Rangers, they're just going to keep pummeling me. I think I do need to take out some more of these Rangers and then see what else we can do here. Ouch. I did not do my steps right, and I lost 51 skeletons in one go. Ow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Master Swordsmen are in such a good position where they are going to be able to hit anybody except for this corner here. I think I might my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna have 1 Bone Dragon here and 1 Bone Dragon here. Otherwise, what do I do with these mutant zombies? Do I put them in the far corner here? I may be able to... 32 spell points. I may be able to take out all these other troops, right? And then use my Bone Dragons to fly around the map while I spend 3 spell points at a time, bringing these Master Swordsman's numbers down into a reasonable level, and then going from there. And so with that in mind, let's move the mutant zombies into this far corner. So that way, these swordsmen will either go here or here. Worth noting that the Rangers are now doing a reasonable amount of damage. 15 damage is not that bad. I can totally stomach that. Let's have the smaller stack of Bone Dragons take out the rest of these Rangers. And then my 2 stack is going to... Thankfully, they killed those water elementals. I'm happy to kill as many of those as possible. And then my other stack is going to work on these champions. There's another Steel Skin. He is out of spell points. He might have a slow. A slow would ruin my strategy of running around the map. But at this point, we just need to start pummeling these Master Swordsmen with whatever we can. I love that. That is not a bad decision on his part. And in fact, I'm going to skip with the mutant zombies. I want them to survive as long as possible. He killed 11 mutant zombies. Let's make him attack me 2 more times down here before these Master Swordsmen can really do anything or go anywhere. Let's skip. 137, 187, 87. Okay. And then now he's completely out of spell points. Ouch. I was hoping that those would last a little bit longer. But remember, our strategy at this point is just to run in circles. The Liches cannot outrun him. They might as well unload as much damage as possible. But for now, if I could speed this battle up where I just, fight, I would. Very important to note now at this point, morale is great. So we may think that we're safe, but then all of a sudden, these Master Swordsmen can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can get this far in one turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From right here, if they got good morale, if they headed just this way, they could get these Bone Dragons right now. That's a little scary. I don't like it. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? They're fast enough that they're highly concerning. We're going to skip here. Move the Bone Dragons to the other corner. This terrain is actually probably going to be very important, just to make sure that things go well. But again, we're sticking to the strategy. If we can win this fight, lose major hero, we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. We have 20 spell points left. That's 6 6 more magic arrows. That's 5 more magic arrows. Let's split here. Wait a second. Did I forget to magic arrow that turn? No, I didn't. I hope. Okay, let's go back this way, and we're just gonna dance. Dance, baby, dance. No good morale. You're not allowed to get good morale. And look at the numbers. We're down to 11 Master Swordsmen. I think 3 Bone Dragons can beat 11 Master Swordsmen. I'm not gonna wait to find out, though. I am not gonna wait to find out. Because ideally, we're gonna magic arrow one more time. I think, is it just gonna be one more time? I can kill 1 with this stack, who skips. So maybe 3. I can maybe kill 3 and 3. So 3 here, plus 3 there. I think I try and wait one more time. 1 more magic arrow here. Go up. Go here. Don't run, don't run. Yeah, baby! One improvement that the FHeroes2 AI can someday make, which I have no idea how you would do it, but would be to somehow take into account the amount of spell points that the player has. Because right now, 3 Bone Dragons cannot beat 5 Master Swordsmen unless you get good luck both times, right? And so the AI does not calculate, oh, hey, by the way, I should run now if I want to save my hero. No, no, no. They don't think about this extra 90 points of damage. But in the future, maybe the FHeroes2, they can get the AI to the point where it will take into account, oh, hey, there's a couple of spell points left. And if there's still 10 spell points on an enemy hero, maybe they lower the threshold for, hey, I should probably run by now. And I am going to celebrate this victory with whatever we have at our disposal. That cost us 51 skeletons, 27 mutant zombies. The way that I fought that fight, actually, maybe I could have gotten away without actually having Zom resupplied and spent all the money on the skeletons and the mutant zombies. They ended up being fodder anyway for my strategy. But then again, maybe the mutant zombies would not have garnered the attention that they did if they were not as big of a stack as they were. So that was a huge fight. That's a glorious victory. So the enemy does not run. Glorious victory. An extra 2,000 experience points. I think that we just took out their biggest stacks of creatures. It's day 6, so we're not going to be able to just rush right in there, but we maintained our Bone Dragons. Huge. Absolutely huge. And I'm hoping for some great artifacts. Cross our fingers. 27 skeletons, we'll take it. No artifacts. Not one artifact? Oh my word, that's crazy. Archery's the obvious choice here because we have the liches. And I just realized it's even more obvious because of Grand Elves and lots of elves. We need to get those elves right now. I just realized we need to get those elves now. More than getting Mercury, more than getting these resources, we need to get elves and elves. We have 2 spell points, though. Phineas has some troops. What do? Do we press forward or do we go back? If we do press forward, we may get stuck. But I need these troops. I need these troops so bad. I'm not going to be able to resupply at home very well because I'm only going to get 2,250 gold per day. If I can get these elves with these Bone Dragons, I might be in a good enough spot. I think we push forward. I think that we've been aggressive so far. I think we continue to do so. At least to the point of picking up these elves. But I don't think that we attack this town. Not with so limited of spell points. And that was really the concern. I think it's going to be 2 more weeks until we can take that night town. But for now, we sleep easy. We rest. And we feel comfortable knowing that these heroes are just getting out of the way. They left their town undefended, but I don't think it's going to stay that way. I do not think it's going to stay that way. Let's have Zom go all the way back so that he can pick up Bone Dragons and send them out next turn. It'll be more important that he does that than he picks up the windmill and things of that nature. Because maybe with a whole ton of Bone Dragons, maybe we can do something fancy. Okay. Pack of Grand Elves, they are going to join us. How do we know? Because we have the Elven Alliance. As you approach the group of elves, their leader calls them all to attention. He shouts to them, "Who of you is brave enough to join this fearless ally of ours?" The group explodes with cheers as they run to join your ranks. That's going to be 18 grand elves. Every little bit is going to help. It doesn't look like there's anything hidden in there, but we do have this artifact. A fierce windstorm reveals the entrance to a buried tomb. Your investigation reveals that the tomb has already been looted, but the thieves overlooked an ankh on a silver chain in the dark. And this actually would have been a great artifact. I don't know if this artifact is random or if this artifact is always here, but doubling the effectiveness of your resurrect and your animate spells, this would have been a great time to have had not 10 sulfur, but the spell scroll that had the animate dead spell on it. This would have been a great time for that. Okay. We're going to be able to purchase all of our bone dragons. Nothing else, but we do have 96 wood. Let's spend most of our gold, or excuse me, most of our wood on gold. And with that extra 2,000, we will pick up. Let me think. Do I want the liches or do I want skeletons? I think I want the flexibility. $750, 1,600. Let's just pick up the lower level troops. We're not going to get the liches. We're actually going to rely on the grand elves being helpful for us. I don't know how good of a decision or a bad decision that is, but for now, that's what we're going to do. I don't know what Agar is doing here. I don't know if he's going to try and slip by us, but I don't want to wait really to find out. Oh no, I thought maybe I could slip through here. But I can't. I have to go all the way around to get these elves. That's very disheartening. Phineas is their new poster child for angry adolescents. But once I get 6 bone dragons, I should be able to roll through any week's worth of growth. You know what? I said maybe we don't attack with our limited spell points. We're going to have 2 magic arrows by the time we get to this town. That'll be enough to take out a whole bunch. Plus, we're going to have bone dragons that are going to fly over the walls. I think that we're taking out this town this week. I don't think we're going to wait. I think it's too important that we do this right now. So it's day 2. Let's press our advantage. There's no purchases to make in our other town. Yeah, look, and they have the same opinion as I do. They are starting to run. And as well they should, I think. Let's send everything over. Let's remember to split the dragons. Yeah, those grand elves are going to be pretty big. I don't think I have enough movement points to get to Xanadu. You have to be a certain level or be diplomatic enough. I think you have to be level 10, or for every skill into diplomacy, that reduces the level you have to be by 1. So basic diplomacy, you have to be level 9. Advanced diplomacy, you have to be level 8. Expert diplomacy, you have to be level 7. As it is, I'm level 7 now. I don't think that's enough, but it's not gonna hurt my feelings to go just a step out of my way. I don't think I can go here and back in the time it'll take, but I've got plenty of time before the new week. And he's got a gold mine, so I assume he's bought out that town. I don't think there's any benefit to me waiting unless there's some other blue hero on the map that I just don't know about, who's like coming in with this huge force. I'm hoping not. I'm guessing not. I got 5,000 gold. Tell you what, let's pick up a Thieves Guild. And let's just see what we're up against as far as enemies. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. I've been so focused on blue, I kind of failed to think about what else is going on in other parts of the map. Is this, it's going to be the end of week 4. Am I already off to too slow of a start? Is the enemy just marshaling its forces elsewhere? Number of castles is very important here. I don't know if green has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 castles, but blue has 1, which we can see. Red has 1, yellow has 1, and I have 1. If green has 2 castles and they are of the same type, like 2 knight castles or 2 barbarian castles, that bodes ill for us because green will eventually overwhelm us just with growth. and that's very concerning. Interesting to note, yellow here, this portrait is a price of loyalty portrait. It doesn't appear in the base game. I'm guessing, since we're here to dispatch of our good friend Krager, that this is his portrait. I'm assuming that yellow is our enemy. Looks like there's only one hero for yellow. We have 2 heroes and we're second. So I'm guessing that he's there. This is actually nice. We know that blue has 3 heroes because we just saw them purchase them all recently. There's that one, and that one. So that means that all of our enemies have 3 heroes, 3, 3, and 3. So there's 9, 10 heroes wandering the map who are not ours. That's good information as well. Okay. This might be one of those times where I wouldn't mind having a View Mines spell or a View Artifact spell. What are you doing? Ah, very nice. I can get out of the way of the swamp. These elves, once again, will join me. This is going to be 33 grand elves. Holy cow. I was expecting somewhere in the 18 range again. I guess this was lots and that was a pack, but that changes what I do here. I think that now, how far are you going to get? He's going to get to right here next turn. I think that we fight this. I think we pick up this. We fight this fight just so he can't go anywhere. No spell points. Do not use any spell points. Is he just going to... He's probably just going to use some spells against me, isn't he? Darn. And now he's going to run. Yep. I don't love that. But what can you do? We're going to go back. We're going to try and use the Xanadu, and then we're going to head out this way. No purchases to make in my hometown. I could get the mansion. I'll make that decision as we get a little bit closer to the end of the week. Otherwise, let's just check in and see. The butler opens the door and looks you up and down. You are neither famous nor diplomatic enough to be admitted to see my master, he sniffs. Come back when you think you are worthy. Okay, Alfred. And then otherwise, we can get to right here. In 2 turns, will you be able to get to right there? Easily. So we're actually going to go out of our way, pick up the crystal mine, pick up the sign. These lands are beholden to Lord Krager. Noted. And we can get all the way to right here. So that we will combine forces. And these 33 grand elves are going to be so nice for this fight. Just to make sure that things don't go poorly. 9,000 gold and climbing. Very quickly, I think, in fact. Okay. 51 grand elves looks terrific. This is going well. And this fight is a glorious victory. I'm all for it. Okay. With a couple of spells, maybe we can end the battle quicker, and then maybe the enemy's defenses will not be nearly so punitive. That paralyze is a good paralyze. The troops that are undead cannot be paralyzed. They can't be blinded. But the Grand Elves are fair game. Now, every time the enemy towers, the ballista or the left turret, right turret attack the Grand Elves, are going to need to reapply that. But otherwise, I think that we consider our choices here. Now, Bone Dragons are very slow. They're always going to go at the end of combat. I think 13 attack, 8 attack. I think I go across the battlefield. I work on this big stack of champions, and I work on this group of Master Swordsmen. I won't be able to kill the full stack either way. And then these veteran pikemen are likely going to attack these Bone Dragons, don't you think? Probably. I still may lose all the Grand Elves that the computer thought I would, plus the Bone Dragons. But at this point, I don't see any reason to deviate from that. Yeah, 55 hit points left. We might be able to go just a little bit faster, just a wee bit faster. Let's see. Skip. 42 hit points left. Let's just go into the moat just in case this wall breaks for some reason. I doubt it will, but it might. Who knows? Let's start taking out big stacks where we can. Big stacks where we can. Yep, we're going to lose this one Bone Dragon. Can't be helped. Oh, but now we got to go first because the champions are gone. Oh, okay. Okay. Hold on then. 2, 2, 13 hit points. So 4, 2, 2, 8. I think that we magic arrow. Who are the two biggest threats? Right now it's orcs. Swordsmen are going to go next, but they're going to attack these bone dragons. Are 2 pikemen really going to do 13 damage? I don't think so. I don't think so. These swordsmen have to attack these bone dragons unless the turrets help out, which they did. Ah! We had such a good plan. We did everything we could. That's another example of the AI for FHeroes2 actually being pretty good. I don't think that the Heroes Gold would have done that. I think that that's a feature of FHeroes2, and it is a feature, by the way. I'll tell you, this has been a hard video for me to do today because I recently did a video. I'll just take a quick pause here. I recently did a video that I did very, very well. Most of my videos, I mean, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because, well, okay, I'll tell you why. Pause. I'm doing these videos because I had a dream that I stepped off of a corner and I got hit by a bus and I died. And my kids didn't get to know their dad growing up. And I thought to myself, you know what? Wouldn't it be fun if I do die an untimely death, that, hey, my kids have something and it's on YouTube and they can know that their dad was a huge freaking nerd. And so that's why I'm doing these videos. But I'm having so much fun doing it. I'm loving the FHeroes2 community and I'm loving this game. This game has breathed new life into, my enjoyment with a lot of gaming, actually. And with all that being said, my reason for doing these videos is more for my kids and less for everything else. But if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it well. Look at my original videos. Really, honestly, they were pretty low quality. I didn't have, anything set up, and I've taken the time to learn how to be better at recording videos and do fun transitions and scenes. And then I made a video recently that blew up and did really, really well. It was my kind of feelings on the Heroes of Might and Magic series and why you should play FHeroes2. And it's done very well. I think it's sitting at like 2,000 views. And for somebody whose videos are usually doing anywhere between like 200 to 300 views, like that's kind of overwhelming. I'm that guy who's literally liking every video or liking every comment and responding to every comment because I'm like, holy crap, this is a real actual person that is took the time out of their day to watch this video and then to respond to it. And so it feels wrong for me not to respond to them. So this video has actually been pretty hard for me to do because I'm thinking to myself, wow, I've got a lot of people to disappoint. I started off doing this for my kids and now I've got, 60 subscribers and I've got people who actually watch these videos. So it's hard to get on the horse because then I worry that, well, I'm just doing a playthrough. How interesting could I be? But I'm doing this anyway because, again, I'm not doing this for other people and I'm not doing this for pride. I'm not doing this for any other reason than, you know what? I'd love for my kids to know who I am just in case something terrible should happen. So thank you for letting me take this pause. I wasn't planning on doing this, but at this point, we might as well just soldier on. Thanks for all the support. Let's get back to the action. So that just happened, by the way. We just took Blues Town, and I think that we saw Blues Heroes go down here to the south. I don't know if there's another land bridge here or if there's more to be done over here. But we've seen a lot of activity kind of along this road. And so I'm wondering what's over here. I have quite a bit of gold. I need to replenish my spell points. I don't think it's worth the risk to take 2 steps out and then maybe get back in time. I have 376 movement points. That should be enough. I think I should be able to take 2 steps out, purchase a hero, send him east, and then get back and replenish my spell points. I think I'll have just enough. It's a risk, but I'm going to do it. It's very risky, but we'll find out in a second. I mentioned earlier that I have Zom the Necromancer, who's blue. Well, just in case you thought I was lying, here is Zam the Necromancer, who is purple. We're actually going to take Halon the Wizard over Zam, and the reason is because Halon has the boars, and the boars are very fast. We're going to leave the halflings, and we're just going to send him on his way. Do I get the gold mine, or do I care more about 1,000 gold, or do I care more about The unknown. I think I care more about the unknown. And it looks like there is no land bridge. It looks like this is just a little river. That's good to know. Let's see if this was a good decision or a bad decision. By the absolute skin of my teeth, I am able to get back into this town, and I'll be able to replenish my spell points. Let's plan on getting this gold mine this turn. We're going to need to clear out this little patch of artifacts. We're going to need to clear out these resources. Pick up our alchemist lab eventually, finally. And then figure out what to do with these Crusaders. Not visited, not visited, not visited. I've got the gold. Do I pick up a 4th hero? I think I do, actually. This is going to sound crazy. I know I just purchased 1 hero. I'm going to pick up another hero, and this time it is going to be Zam. I'm going to pick up Zam just so I can make sure that I'm really getting these resources that I think I'm going to desperately need. 2 Mercury here. I'll be able to pick up this magic garden, but not this windmill. And actually, I'll probably use Zam to bring troops to the front. So before he heads across this land bridge, he'll pick up bone dragons, and then eventually we're going to have them come on back. I may never pick up this wood and that ore. I just don't think it's worth my time, quite frankly. Buildings to purchase here. If I had a ton of crystal, that'd be great, but I don't. Eventually, I'll get it. There's that Paralyze, Steel Skin, Cold Ray, okay, and a Master Spell. This is a really, really good mage guild. I'm very happy for this mage guild, especially with the fights I've been fighting so far. That's a good mage guild. If I could somehow get enough crystal to get this cathedral, I think it's gonna matter. Is it gonna matter more than a level 4 mage guild? I don't know how long this scenario is gonna go, but it's already gonna be month 2 in just a second. I got a feeling this is gonna be a long one. I do. I got a feeling this is going to be a long one. And so if I can get the cathedral, I better. I really better. 5 extra gems. Wow, that has been really going very well for me. Very well indeed. Halon is a little bit redundant at this point. I was really just trying to make sure that I didn't have any surprises here in the surround. Not a lot of archers here. Tome on wisdom. I think everybody here has wisdom. We're all magic users, so that's not a problem. We can pick up this ore mine. With Rialdo having full spell points now, there's no purchases to make. Let's send him to get these Medusas. This is a huge cache of resources. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe at level 8 he can actually use Xanadu. I don't think so, but maybe. I've been wrong before, and I'm wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things constantly. Okay, we need 8 crystal. Can we get to 8 crystal? We're trading at a much better clip now, but we can only get... We're going to need 20 wood, so we can trade what? We trade 1. I'll just do it now, just so I can do the math better. 2. And still have enough wood. I don't think I can get 6 crystal unless I drain all my gems. Maybe that's not a bad move, though. What else am I going to spend gems on? Mage guilds. I think that the upgraded mansion actually does require gems, though. At this point, though, I'm probably going to mix troops. I'm probably going to pick up champions, and if I can get champions and paladins / crusaders in my army, I might not even need the vampire lords. And I would absolutely replace vampire lords for champions. The reason being is because then I can have one of the fastest units on the battlefield. Okay, let's trade gems to try and get enough crystal. That would give me up to 17. That would be 18. That would be 19. And then the ore would be 20. I can get there. I can get there. This is a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it. The math works out too well. The math works out just too well. And I'm still riding the high from that last battle where like things barely worked out. So we're picking up the cathedral. It bankrupts me. I'm not gonna be able to get a 4th level mage guild here, and that might be a big mistake, but for now, I am happy with my choice, and we will take what we can get where we can get it. New month, so that is month of the grasshopper. We are still not able to go on in there. How much experience to the next level? Not much. Not much. So we should be able to get that here. Zom will see if he can pick up some archers. That's going to be an extra 9 archers. We now have the Aqua Traveler's Tent. So that little area right next to our town here, we can go through that. I think that I'm going to save that barrier as long as I can, at least until I know where it goes. Maybe later it'll be nice. But right now it is unknown and it is scary, and I don't like new things, and I'm scared of change. I don't have any resources really to trade to pick up additional troops, so let's just go and get what we can here. And I think that it's not a bad use of Halon's time just to go south, picking up whatever I can, and then trying to empty all of this out. Really, I don't think it's a bad use of my time. Okay. Let's see. That's that turn. Let's fight this fight. I'll accept 2 losses for skeletons. That's not too bad. A level 2 spell. This would have been Steel Skin. We already have it. Artifact. I find an elaborate container which houses an old vellum scroll. The runes on the container are very old, and the artistry with which it was put together is stunning. As you pull the scroll out, you feel imbued with magical power. This is going to be Death Wave. That's a very good spell for a... Wow, for a necromancer to have. That's a great spell to have. If I'm going to have Grand Elves in my army, if I'm going to have Crusaders and Champions, though, not that good. That's a little bit sad. I cannot avoid this. The Phoenixes are going to go first. It looks like they are deciding that the Grand Elves are not going to have a good day. And so we're just going to accept those. We're going to take the pathfinding. We've seen swamp now. We've seen snow. And there's a good chance that we're going to find some more stuff. Victorious, we take our prize. The Spade of Necromancy will give us increased necromancy skill for this hero. So, yeah, we have Expert Necromancy +1. This increases our necromancy skill by +1. So now we will recruit 40% of all creatures killed in combat back as skeletons. Things are about to get pretty exciting in that regard. I'm fairly excited about that. Let's send Halon down. Per our agreement, let's go back down here. I don't know where Blue is. Did Blue pick up another town? Or is Blue about to die? We have the end of the world is near. What a good, generous tip. Okay. So, Krager has 10 attack, 7 defense. Not going to be a real spell power fight, but it'll be something. Number of castles. We are second with 2. And this is good to know. So, green has 3 castles. Yikes. Absolutely terrifying. Red and yellow have 1, so 3 or more, 2, 1, 1, and then blue has none. I have no gold in the treasury, no wood or ore. The nice thing though is that green, who's got so many towns and so many castles, it looks like they're fairly low on resources, and that does bode well for me. That does bode well for me. One of the changes that FHeroes2 has made recently is that the AI can do a much better job of using their marketplace to fill out their towns. And this might be a time where that's going to come in very handy for the AI. Visiting a local wise man, you explain the intent of your journey. He reaches into a sack and withdraws a yellowed scroll and hands it to you. Major scroll of knowledge, +3 knowledge. +3 is terrific. Artifact. While waiting out a storm, a lightning bolt strikes a nearby cottage's lightning rod, which melts and falls to the ground. The tip of the rod, however, survives intact and makes your hair stand on end when you touch it. So that's going to be additional 50% damage for our lightning bolt spells. I don't know what to do here. We did just level up to 9. Is that enough for Xanadu? I think... Oh boy, what do I do here? Lots of Crusaders. I think I need more information. Halon needs to travel into the unknown, and we need to see what we're going to be up against. For now, let's just head this way. We've dropped off our archers here. Let's pick up this sawmill. We're going to need to get our alchemist lab. We're probably going to go south. +2 crystal. Horde of zombies. It's a horde now. Oh my word. That's a lot of zombies. We don't need to sniff that at all. This is really interesting terrain. I really like this. It's very thematic. Very, very interesting. Blue player has been vanquished. So I don't know if they were killed, if they tried to take an enemy's town and failed, or if they just ran out of time, but blue is no longer. And I can't help but say to myself, another one bites the dust. I'll send Zom down just in case. Just in case he's able to do something trippy. I haven't had this gem mine or this ore mine, have I? That's a little sad. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look, so we have this land bridge here, and we have this land bridge here. And we saw blue going down this way. This will be very interesting to see where this goes. But we also know there's a teleporter right here. We now have this aqua barrier. Is this going to be a dead end? Is this going to be like how we separate from stage to stage? I'm guessing that this red tent is probably going to be the only way to get into Krager's domain. Like the actual yellow hero. But I cannot say for sure. That's new. That's the first time we've seen another enemy. We're still going to head this direction. We can fight this fight. If I'm just a little bit smarter, I don't have to lose 10 skeletons. I'm sorry, please bear with me at this point. I just want to make sure that I save all the troops I can. I'm getting the same feeling that I had in the Price of Loyalty campaign scenario 2, where I was absolute jubilation. I was absolutely high on a cloud, just having a great old time. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh no, there are so many enemies still in the darkness that have to be dealt with. And it was really a miracle that I came through that scenario without having to restart, without having to do anything extra. I'm worried that maybe we're in a similar position now. And when I feel that way, I feel like I must preserve every little bit of army I possibly can. Even if it's not going to end up mattering down the road, I still feel like it's important. Observation tower. Oh, there are few things that make me so happy as an observation tower, especially when I see enemies right here. Okay. Okay, so third level spell, Witch's Hut for plus knowledge, blue tent, 1 town, 2 towns. This looks like another spell. That looks like a gold mine here. Graveyard, probably been visited. I don't know what that is. Is that a Hut of the Magi? Is that a fort? Tree of Knowledge. Halon is absolutely going down, by the way. Interesting to note. Okay, look at this. Stone liths. I'm betting you. It's possible that this stone liths will go to more than just these ones, but it's also possible that it's a one-way connection, and this might be a way to really surprise red. Yeah, with no Crusaders, this might be an excellent opportunity for us. Is this town? I think I see just the tip of a flag. It might be difficult for you to see, but I see just the tip of a flag, and I think that this is a green castle here. Another blue tent, by the way. I'm wondering, because teal barrier went to here. I don't know where blue is going to go, and I don't know where red's going to go, but that's interesting. I wonder if that was a mechanic used to keep red, blue, and green separate as much as possible. Okay. Well, you've done your duty. Go die in whatever way seems fit for yourself. And then I don't think I need to explore down here any further. I think that we might as well hold on to Zom and just have him be a runner. Maybe he's going to bring some Crusaders down and maybe we'll go through these stone lists pretty quickly. What is it going to take to upgrade these paladins to Crusaders? I'm pretty much already there. So long as I purchase out Bone Dragons first, I will spend the time to get paladins to Crusaders. Absolutely. Okay. Let's check this hero. This looks like Red's strongest hero, doesn't it? Maybe not. 2 attack, 4 defense, blood morale. Maybe not. 40 damage. That's going to be 4 rangers. And now we will quit the field. Let's combine forces. Send them over. Let's do this right. I'm not sure if we're actually going to need to fight this fight or not. Wouldn't it be wonderful if the zombies just wanted to join me? In fact, it's worth my time to maybe give myself the possibility. If they will join me, that could be useful. Yeah! Woo! And here's the deal, is if I'd had 6 creatures in my army instead of 5 and I didn't have space for them, you don't have the opportunity to rearrange your troops. That would be a feature I would like to see implemented with the scope of the FHeroes2 project. I think that could be a reasonable quality of life change without disrupting the actual spirit of the game, the original charm. You know, I think that would be a reasonable addition. But 52 extra zombies, that is pretty good. We are happy to take that. Okay. I'm going to send Rialdo down. It's not his job to pick up loose resources like that. That is Zam's job. That might be enough. I think that because my mage guild here is what, level 1? I think it's best for me to really beef up this mage guild. But it's so far away at this point. Oh, I just realized there's a gold tent right here. Wow, there's a lot of tents here. There's a lot of tents and barriers and lots of things to be concerned about. I'm going to get the upgraded Cathedral right now. No, I'm going to wait for day 1. Head on back. And I will come back for these Crusaders after I pick up one more swath of Bone Dragons. Tell you what, I'm considering getting the Power Liches. It is a big enough bonus. I think I'm going to get that. So knowing that I will get that, and knowing that there's an enemy here who is coming up this way, I think I'm going to forego the Crusaders. There's 3 more crystal anyway. I'm going to forego the Crusaders for now, and I will instead pick up my level 2 mage guild, so next turn I can pick up my Power Liches. Disrupting Ray, Blind, Dragon Slayer, all good. All good spells. Every extra week that occurs is 1 more week of growth that the enemy gets that I'm going to have to defeat. So I'm very painfully aware that right now it feels like I'm just doing nothing. Trust me, I'm very aware, and it does not feel good. But I don't know how else I can manage right now. Truly, I don't. I'm having a thought here. It's going to take 10 wood. I got lots of gems. 1, 2, 3. I can get 3. 3 no problem, and then 1 more here. I am going to get the upgraded Cathedral, and then I'm going to purchase out the champions. And I'm going to pick up the Crusaders, because that's a lot of champions, and that's a lot of Crusaders. That's a lot. I'm going to save the rest of the troops here. They can be a good defense, just in case this guy, Maximus, with a couple of veteran pikemen comes up my way. But otherwise, another hero can handle that. Instead, let's see if we can combine forces. We'll probably keep the zombies, but we might even get rid of skeletons. Wow, I'm having a little bit of a tough time figuring out what am I going to keep and what am I going to get rid of. I don't know. Do not know. But I know I'm going to get 3 Bone Dragons. At this point, I'm going to pay to upgrade all these liches. At least I don't have vampires also to deal with. That'd be just too much. 5,200 gold to upgrade the zombies. I've got the opportunity. I can get the shrine at some point. Now that I have crystal coming in, I can get the shrine at some point. And if I do, I'll have +2 expert necromancy. I'll be raising 50% of creatures on the battlefield with skeletons. I think that I'm going to want to keep a stack of skeletons. More so than zombies. More so than grand elves. I love that I just picked up all those zombies for free. They may just be here as a secondary army. And then I may throw Crusaders into this army. It may be Liches, grand elves until the grand elves expire. And then Crusaders. I think that's going to be this final army here. But I say that and then I say to myself, well, but I also need to take out these Crusaders. Let's do that right now. Because this could be a great spell. I have no idea, but it could be great. Oh, there's ore right there, by the way. Huh. You think I'm going to lose 3 bone dragons? Not. Yeah, 66. At this point, we might as well just take out full stacks. I guess I don't take out a full stack, but I do a lot of damage. Let's tell you what, I don't really mind if I lose the grand elves. They helped me where I needed them the most. But if I lose them now, I mean, I'm sad. But not so sad that I'm just, you know, devastated. So I might end up using that death wave just to do so much damage to everybody. Let's... Well, we got to kill a whole stack of creatures. That's a given. We're going to take some hits unless we do something funky. This one Crusader should go, but he won't be able to do too much. And then we're probably going to death wave. And then at this point, since I'm converting grand elves into skeletons anyway, 100 damage is not that bad. That's 1, 2, 3 Crusaders. Is it better to kill 3 Crusaders or kill... Well, 200 is 3. Do you want to kill... Well, you're going to kill 3 Crusaders anyway, one way or the other. Let's do the death wave. Again, I'm going to lose some grand elves, but they're going to turn into skeletons anyway, and maybe that'll give me the opportunity to pick up champions instead of grand elves. It's a really dumb strategy, but we'll take it. There are only 2 Crusaders here. Let's work on this biggest stack of Crusaders here. Nice. Very nice. Maybe I'll save a bone dragon. Hey! It's not going to happen, by the way. I might kill 2 Crusaders here, but they're going to do 35 damage. I will lose 1 bone dragon. That double damage. It's pretty intense. Pretty intense. Okay, and from here I'm just going to hit Q and let the battle finish. Alright. So we get 9 skeletons back. This better be good. Fireball? It's AoE damage. AoE damage is never bad. But I have Death Wave. Why do you need Fireball when you have Death Wave? Well, when you have Crusaders and Champions in your army, Fireball is a little more targeted. It's a little more discriminate against who you kill. The other spell doesn't really care so much. Death Wave doesn't care, Fireball does. So, I may pick up another hero just to ward off Maximus with some additional troops, but I'll do that I'll do that right now. Luna? Nah. Flint? Let's take Flint just because he's got the additional wisdom. Let's upgrade these archers. Oh, I can't even upgrade them yet. Huh. But we are going to keep the skeleton there. He will come out next turn. After he picks up just a couple more troops. I don't think I even need to upgrade these archers. Let's just pick up a couple of pikemen and a couple of swordsmen. And then with spells, that should be sufficient. And let's just make sure that the enemy does not encroach upon our territory. If he sees my stuff, he might say to himself, hey, let's go north. And so by avoiding the enemy seeing through the fog of war, I may save myself some major headache later on. No guarantees, but maybe. Let's wait overnight. We'll replenish our spell points, and we will set out in the morning. We'll do a relay here, and we will bust through this aqua barrier very quickly, and all of a sudden... Wait a second. Hold on. This is kind of interesting. Wait a second. Sir Gallant, 10 attacks, 6 defense, 4 power. But Dimitri is Red's toughest hero. Are they allied? Hold on. Are they allied? He's looking like he's coming straight for him. Are they allied? A throng? A horde? You have a throng of rangers. You have a horde of master swordsmen, and you have a horde of veteran pikemen. What is that army? And again, you're backing it up with 10 attacks, 6 defense. 10 attacks, 6 defense. 10 attacks, 6 defense. 1 attack, 6 defense. Green has the most castles. I don't know if they're allied with Red yet. I have one hope, I think, and that is that Dimitri has got a big enough army that he can stop Sir Gallant from just rolling right over him, and that Sir Gallant is indeed coming after Dimitri. I think that's my best hope, because right now I don't see 10 bone dragons. Crusaders. Wow. I'm a little bit scared. I've got to see how this fight plays out. Oh boy. I gotta check. One sec. Red has no castles. Red has no castles, and Red has number of heroes. They're tied for yellow. Yellow has 1 hero. Oh my goodness. So Red is done. Green just took out Red. And this is Red's last hero. So we're going to deal the final blow. But a Red player's been vanquished. Oh my goodness. Now, how much does this change our strategy? If I go through this barrier before I am ready for this fight, that will be very bad. Maybe Red will start to work their way up through the land bridge, and right about here I can pop through and I can clear out all their towns. I'm guessing that this is just like a land bridge here, or maybe there's another pair of liths that will take you from here to here. Regardless, we're not going through the barrier this week. Maybe first thing next week. Maybe first thing next week. Is this the opportune time, though? Did Green suffer enough losses that they're struggling right now? I don't know. But if I go too soon, I will absolutely be up the creek without a paddle. Okay, let's move some troops over. The Grand Elves, they've done a marvelous job, but they are done. And I think what we're going to do is I'm going to prepare. I'm planning right now, because I have no better strategy. I am preparing to go through this barrier and blitz this town. How long will it take me? I'm guessing it'll go 1 turn. I think it's going to take me 3 turns to go from here to there. Maybe less if I do something sneaky, which I'll reveal in just a moment. Maybe it'll take 2 turns. Wow, maybe. But we're going to have to see what we can do. And I'm hoping that we see Red either going back somehow, or we see them going up north. I'm looking to see if there's a flag here, etc., etc. But right now, we're going to wait 1 more turn. because it's all we can do. Let's see how many losses they took there. Not enough. Let's see what green does. It's day 5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep just the champions on Rialdo. And the reason being is that when he sets off, he's going to have 1,500 movement points. And that should be a significant amount. That might be enough to get him further down the road. I'm not going to bust through here just yet, though. I need to see what Sir Gallant does. I really need to see what Sir Gallant does. Okay. And so then Flint is just waiting. You are waiting. Zam is waiting by Rialdo. And then Zom is going in, and he's going to be my last push. Will a whole host of mummies be best to take on the road here? I don't know. If it comes down to it, let's think about this. Our death wave does 100 damage apiece. 100, or that's going to be 500 damage to all creatures across the whole battlefield, right? Whereas if we cold ray, that's just 200 flat. So our best bet is going to be to death wave pretty much every single time. Maybe to do some blinding, but more than likely it'll be just to death wave them again and again and again. Maybe we can do something like what we did with the bone dragons before. But we can't really death wave if we have all these extra, for lack of a better term, alive creatures. I think we're actually, I know we brought them down. I know we brought the Crusaders and the champions down. I think that we're probably going to end up with all these zombies and these mummies as opposed to Crusaders and champions. Very interesting. I do think that's my best bet just based off of that. And 90 spell points. Just saying. Okay, let's see what green does here. He does not go up enough. I can't bust through here just yet, I don't think. I need to see what he does. Okay, I need to see what he does. What do we see over here? There's more troops coming to resupply. I hope he goes in. I hope he goes there. And then next turn, after we get one more week's worth of growth, we're going to pop out and we're going to maybe surprise him. And we're going to surprise him before Ruby comes. This is terrifying. And this is one of those times where I would never fault somebody for doing a save and then a reload. I'm not going to do that because I haven't done it so far at all. But I'm going to have to, I'm going to fight this fight. I'm very not happy with what I'm about to do because I don't love this. And if I bust through this barrier when I didn't need to, this could just be game. Or this could be the decisive strike that we needed. I should have picked up this 3rd level mage guild. It's going to cost just a little bit. Well, we need the pyramid. Buy out the important troops first. Buy all the troops that don't need to be upgraded. That includes skeletons. Then the... Do you want 25 royal mummies or do you want 56 zombies? I think you want the mummies. The mummies are faster. Get as many mummies as possible. And then we do some weird little splits here where we send everything over. Take these here. We send everything over. Take these here. And so we still have the 1,500 move points. We've got a lot of other resources. I'm not gonna drain everything, not because I don't think that this is the deciding fight, but because I think that it's just not gonna matter. 13 bone dragons, 16 power liches against all this. against hordes? Hordes. There's no way. There's no way. You can't fight that fight. You cannot fight that fight. It's just not going to happen. If he comes through this barrier, you're cooked. And so we're going to avoid him like the plague. We're going to avoid him like the plague. Everybody, thank you for coming here today. But unfortunately, we have a change in plan. I know that everybody wants to see me fight this fight, and people are probably screaming right now, being like, "No, what are you doing? You wasted my time with all this buildup." Here's the thing. It's the incorrect move. It's absolutely incorrect. A throng of Rangers, several Crusaders, hordes. Ruby's coming. Ruby's coming with resupply. And now you have 3 castles, 4 castles. Am I ever going to get a better fight than now? Working off of 1 castle. The answer is no, I'm never going to get a better fight. This is as good of a fight as I'm going to get. This is as good of a fight as I'm going to get. And I don't have enough gold to do something funky where you like attack and then cast spells and retreat, attack, cast spells, retreat. I don't have spells like that. Sir Gallant is as weak as he's ever going to be because he took out red. It's done. A magical barrier stands tall before you, blocking your way. Runes on the arch read, "Speak the key and you may pass." As you speak the magic words, the glowing barrier dissolves into nothingness. Oh boy. Okay, you're forced to suffer a bitter defeat, and we don't even touch the hordes of master swordsmen or the hordes of pikemen. 61. Oh my word. Okay. We have 10 spell power. He has 12 spell points. We have Paralyze. We have Blind. Did he cast a spell there? He did not. That doesn't mean he can't. Just means he chose not to this time, though. My Bone Dragons will get to go before the Rangers. I will plan on paralyzing the Rangers. I hope he goes into a defensive position and that I can just whittle troops down from afar a little bit. That is my hope. It is a rough hope. But it is the hope that I have. Okay, because all these troops just waited. Did you see that? They just waited. Should I blind or paralyze? Does it matter? No. Does not matter. Blind? And we're going to find out very quickly indeed, because this is 10 turns of blind. We're going to find out very quickly if he has a cure or a dispel. And if he has a cure or a dispel, then we cannot do this fun thing where we just blind and then whittle them down with spells. But if he does not cure or dispel here, we may be able to just start blinding all of the enemies here. And then just pick them off one by one by one by one by one. Even if he does have a cure or a dispel, maybe that's the strategy. Because 13 Bone Dragons is something. These troops are something. Skip. Skip. Okay, but they did not get to go their turn. And we're going to do the same darn thing here again. And this is actually good. This is so good. I can tell you how this fight's going to go. We're going to keep doing exactly what we just did. We're going to blind the Rangers. He's going to dispel them turn 1 with the champions. And we're just going to keep pounding away with the liches. We can win this fight. And it's unfortunate because it's going to be something of an exploitation. But to be quite frank, against these overwhelming odds we're dealing with, I'm going to take what I can get. A win is a win is a win. And I don't want to hear anyone tell me that this isn't going to work, because it is. Okay, so let's dive right in. We're going to wait to blind until the Bone Dragon's turn. Otherwise, let's just keep pounding away. And let's see if these swordsmen and pikemen are going to once again wait. They do. They do. Blind again. Skip, skip, skip. And now the champions come across the battlefield. They have enough spell points. They do. They have enough spell points to deal with the Rangers. Are they just going to choose not to until the last possible moment? I can't say. I do not know. My target right now is these champions, though. Interesting. They're going to save their spell points. Very, very interesting. I do want the Royal Mummies to take the retaliation from the champions and not the Bone Dragons. So I'm going to lose some mummies here, but we'll accept those losses. Oh, wow. Blood morale coming in clutch. Let's start blinding. It looks like they're not going to unblind those Rangers. Let's start blinding these other stacks of creatures. We're going to save the champions because we're going to start killing them. Let's make sure that we can save these liches. Okay. And that's actually just fine for me because now guess what? You are out of spell points. I will take that. I cannot attack the veteran pikemen who I'd really like to attack, or the Crusaders, but I will still be able to hurt your champions here. We're gonna take a pounding. We're gonna take a lot of damage, but we're gonna survive this fight. We're going to survive this fight. And that is all anybody could ask for. We're going to need to attack these Crusaders over these champions. And then, so let's see. Let's attack the champions. Let's blind here. So blind, 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 blind. And then everybody's just going to dogpile onto these Rangers. And we're actually going to wait one turn to do so. We're going to move the Power Liches out of the way as far as possible. We're going to send this one Royal Mummy up. The Royal Mummy is actually going to be the one to break the blind next turn. And then the Mutant Zombies, I'm going to actually have them just kind of hang out here in this defensive position. They're not going to be able to attack the Rangers anyway. And now we go. Yes, and now we go. So we attack. We take the retaliation here. And then the Bone Dragons clean up. Okay, very good, very good. We take one more step away from these enemies. And then we regroup. You know, if I start using paralyzes, we're going to be in a better position. The blinded troops, the difference between the blind and the paralyzed is this. Blinded troops will retaliate at half strength, so they're still going to retaliate. Paralyzed troops, when the paralyze is broken, they will not retaliate at all. So it's worth that 3 extra spell points, I think, to prevent the retaliation. Targeted creatures are paralyzed, unable to move or retaliate. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait. We're going to wait a turn. I think we're going to actually work on, we're going to work on these Master Swordsmen next. We're going to go here. And the Mutant Zombies are going to actually go into an offensive position. I'm going to... This is going to be the one time that these Power Liches really do get to attack. We're going to do that. 5 attack speed, 4, 6. Thank goodness. These Power Liches 6 speed is really going to carry this fight here. So we're going to paralyze because I don't want to take any damage. And we're just going to do 7 to 12 every time. 7 to 12. Paralyze. Run away. 7 to 12. Paralyze. Walk away. 7 to 12. Oh, hey, even the Mutant Zombies are getting into the fight a little bit. Wonderful. Good for you guys. With 33 points to go, I'm going to do this one more time, and then I'm just going to take the losses from just fighting these Master Swordsmen straight up. So I'm not going to wake up the Veteran Pikemen yet, though. I'm going to skip. Take the 58 damage, and there we go. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, 4 hit points left. We're at least going to lose one more Bone Dragon at some point, but let's kind of go into a position where we're going to fight these guys at one point. Let's go here. We're going to attack. We're going to break the blind. And we're going to, let's see, how many paralyzes do we have? 9, 18, 27. We have 2 paralyzes and then a couple of other spells. How many do I kill here? 10 to 18? 10 to 18, 10to 18, 10 to 18. I do have a Disrupting Ray. 16, 12. I actually think that what the best thing I could do here is I should have waited. I was a little hasty. Let's blind one more time. And then we're actually going to pour the rest of our spell points into reducing these Veteran Pikemen's defense. I'm sorry to tell you one thing and then do another, but as I'm thinking, I'm getting better. Oh, unfortunately, I thought that I would have enough spell points to do 3 of those Disrupting Rays. I will only have enough to do 2. Still a good strategy now, because now they have 10 defense. I'm going to do 20% bonus damage instead of what? 30% reduced damage here. Yeah, that's going to be worth it. And then 4 spell points left. Let's just skip one more time, because it doesn't really matter. And then for our last little bit, what, do we curse? No. We don't curse. We might Stone Skin, though. Which is better? 100 points of damage or a Stone Skin? I think the Stone Skin on the Bone Dragons to just save them as much as possible. I think that's the play. And then from here, the battle is what it is. I think the battle is what it is. Yeah, we're taking some damage, but we're also going to chew through a lot of these pikemen. So, the only thing that really sucks is I'm probably not going to be able to keep them from running. Yes, I will. 2 to 4, and then the Power Liches have to come in clutch. They just have to. I'm going to take damage. Can I kill 6? I can kill 6. I'm going to lose some Bone Dragons. I'm going to lose some Mutant Zombies. I don't care. As long as I have 6 Bone Dragons when all this is said and done, I will do this. And we win this crazy, crazy fight. I thought that we were going to get absolutely shellacked. We just took out so many troops. So we get the Thunder Mace of Dominion. That's a +1 attack. Boots of Mobility. That's great. Book of the Elements doubles the effectiveness of our summoning spells. White Pearl +1 to spell power and knowledge. 112 skeletons, so we even have something to do after this. We're going to take the Pathfinding because I don't think that the navigation's worth anything. We're going to take the Wisdom. We might as well take Mysticism here. Did we run out of spell slots? We did. We need to be on the lookout for that hero. That was Sir Gallant. We need to be on the lookout for Sir Gallant because there's a chance that we're going to see him in our Mage Guild or in our tavern, and if we do, we need to hire him because he's probably going to have some nice artifacts. Oh boy, this town is going to be well defended in one day. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Well, nope, they didn't even buy any troops there. Interesting, and that's actually a nice thing. That's a smart move. This is, oh goodness, look at this. Mass, slow, elemental storm. Oh, so good. We're going to stay here overnight, by the way. We're not going to leave. This is an example of the FHeroes2 working as intended, by the way. They recognized that this town was one of their peripheral towns. It wasn't a very important town, and so they let it go. They just let it go. They cut their losses, and they're focusing their development. They're focusing their troops elsewhere. Wow, I didn't realize. Okay, there's Aragon the Barbarian, and then there's this guy, Ector the Knight, who's level 13. Oh my goodness. Did I know about him? Is this the first I've heard about this guy? This is the first I think I've heard about this guy. But what a good hero to have. Does he have logistics and pathfinding and navigation? Wow, what a good hero. Folks, we just smoked this game, I think. I think that we just took this in a great direction. And I almost didn't fight that fight. And the only reason why we were able to win that fight is because of a tremendous amount of spell points and some really lucky spells, and a little bit of the AI wasting some turns early on. But notice that the AI actually acquitted itself pretty nicely after a minute, because it said to itself, look, you're just going to keep blinding me and I'm not going to be able to stop it. And so then it sent its troops across the battlefield one turn earlier than I thought that it would. That is a dynamic and adaptive AI, and whatever went into that decision making process, it worked. And that was well done. That was actually tremendous. So way to go, FHeroes2 devs. I don't know who writes the code. I don't know how you guys make this happen, but that is very well done. I've said it in other videos, and I've said it before. I'm very much in awe of the ability of people to make an AI that is comprehensive in such regard. Like how do you train to think like that? That's a very complex decision, isn't it? I think it is. I sure think it is. Let's leave the slowest troops. We just gotta get over there. Yeah, that's pretty tremendous. We've got a ton of resources now. Look at this. So we got one of each of our precious resources, and we're getting about 7,000 gold per day. If we can hang on to what we have and maybe press our advantage a little bit, I think we can be in a pretty good spot. Rialdo is going to head out, but I'm going to have him actually head over here and pick up this fort. Every little bit's going to be very important, I think. +1 defense. The knowledge is not going to be as important. This level 3 spell, maybe this level 3 spell right here is good, but looks like Flint is going to be the one to tell me if I need to go back for it or not. And then let's actually head up. We might as well just clean up some of these freebies here. If I'm the enemy, I am scrambling just a little bit right now. Just a little bit. I lose the zombies in exchange for these alive troops. Flyers on the bottom. And then fastest units in the very middle. I don't have any resurrect or animate spells at this time. I definitely don't. I don't plan on using any summoning spells whatsoever. Fireball, we don't have a lightning spell right now. We may get one later, but for now, we wait. I don't think I'm going to use the fireball spell ever. I'm going to drop that. Right now, by that same logic, I don't have any resurrect or animate dead spells. And now if we run across some additional artifacts, then we do something like that. Let's go back and see about our resupply situation. I'm actually going to have Ekdor, rather than have him waste time with ore mines and such. His job is to be the advanced scout and to try and see what is coming our way before we run afoul of danger. Yeah, but he's so slow. 1,200 movement points versus 1,800. It's not going to work. I would love for him to be faster, but he's just not going to be fast enough to make that dream a reality. Picking up every little thing. I probably should have sent Rialdo to get this tree of knowledge. Probably. Wait. There's troops here. What are you doing? And a level 5 mage guild. What are you doing? Come back. What's a level 5 spell? Hypnotize? Meh. It might be worth it to get it. I don't know. Identify hero. Not bad, not bad. There's Ambrose. I remember seeing Ambrose's portrait before. Ambrose is the next toughest. 5 attack, 8 defense. That's a hero. And he's got multiple castles backing him up. Oh my gosh. Another horde? Another throng? A horde of Crusaders? You have a horde of Crusaders? How do you deal with a horde of Crusaders? How do you deal with a horde of Crusaders? I celebrated early again, folks. I'm very happy with the fights that we've taken. But let's pick up all these mummies. Heck, let's upgrade these zombies. Let's head back this way. It's day 5, but I think that we're going to have to fight this fight sooner rather than later. Let's go back to Zanzibar. We pick up the Hypnotize, and we will pick up the Champions. We will pick up these Paladins once we turn them into Crusaders in just a second. We can reach. That is good. I don't have the crystal, but I will trade for it. I traded a pretty reasonable clip at this point. There. And there. The Hypnotize I'm not thrilled with, but it might be useful. Who knows? I like having these troops here now. I think that now that I've got the idea with... Oh, and this time I've got a mass slow where I didn't before. With the Paralyze, I think that I may be in a good position where I'm not going to end up using this Death Wave. And so having these troops in my army is actually really nice. I only have 7 Bone Dragons, but I think that we fight this fight. I think the AI is going to say that we lose this fight. And I think that we press forward anyway. Oh, it's a horde of Crusaders. It's a horde. I'm going to waste Ektor just to figure out... Actually, wait, does he have Wisdom? He does not, so I can't just pick up this Identify Hero. I'm going to just use Ektor to figure out what we're up against. 52. $52 Crusaders, 40-something champions, 50 plus of the veteran pikemen and the master swordsmen, and 110 rangers, but this is not their toughest hero. I took that last fight, but I had twice the amount of bone dragons. So long as I can do the same basic thing, though, I'll be fine. What I wish I could have done is I wish I could have right-clicked to see how many spell points he had. I can check here, and I can say that he's got 2 knowledge, 2 spell power. I can take this fight. I can take this fight, and I'm not going to wait. I can take this fight. It's going to say I lose, but that does not take into account spell points. Oh, that was a little discouraging. Now, with 112 or 111, I think we play this game where we once again do our... I can't let the Rangers go. But skeletons will go before the Rangers. So I will have the last chance to blind. So I'm going to take that. There's a blind. So we will trade blinds. I may mass slow next turn, though. We will see. That's interesting to me, but I like that choice from the AI. I think that we... What's the morale? Blood? If these Crusaders get good morale, say goodbye to probably the Bone Dragons. I have to hope that they don't get good morale. And I don't think I can just blind them right now because I think that that'll be a good time for a cure to come out. And I know that they have a cure somewhere. I know they do because I've seen it before. This is where I mass slow. A mass slow is going to be just as good because it's going to slow down these guys. It's going to slow down the champions. A mass slow is going to be good because he does not, I can almost guarantee you, he does not have a mass to spell. Now we do a mass slow. And even if he cures the Rangers, I'll be more okay with that decision. And I'll deal with that soon. I'm a little bit excited to see what he does here. Let's Oh boy. Let's see where we can do the most damage. Let's skip. Oh boy. Let's skip again and let's see what spell he comes up with. Haste. Ouch. How dare you get good morale? How dare you? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 11 spell points left. I think we paralyze now. We keep the champions alive. We hope that he does something else. If he cures, we're in huge trouble. If he merely dispels and he loses the haste, we might have an opportunity. The Crusaders are active. Our Crusaders, that is. We are not going to attack with them. We're trying to isolate these fights as much as we can. And we have to keep people alive so that we can weather them down with spells. There's the dispel. And again, we said what we said. We'd rather have a dispel than a cure. So he's going to have one more. He's going to have one more cure. Or one more dispel, excuse me. So we blind. I'm not nearly as worried about these pikemen as I was before. I think we need to start doing some damage. Let's work. We're going to take some damage anyway. We can't run away fast enough. We cannot. So let's start attacking what will be their fastest unit at some point. Let's have the liches go back up. 5 and some. Okay. Wow. Wow, this is totally not good. $11 spell power. Let's blind. Let's run. Seven turns left, and let's run. Okay. Cold Ray does 220 points of damage. We're going to have to start making good with that. Into the corner. 1, 2, 3. Into the corner. And stop getting good morale. Thank you. Okay. This is not going as well as I'd hoped. Those Crusaders are just so much to deal with. If I can kill all the other troops, though, I can regroup. I think I can. I think I can regroup. If I can kill all these Rangers, all these Swordsmen, all these Pikemen, and just have Crusaders left over, I think I can rehire Rialdo, and I can come back and fight another day. I think I can actually do well enough with that I'll be fine. It's not great, but it's something. 1, 2, 3. If I go to here, only the champions can get me. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take a hit here, but we're just trying to run. Maybe I'll survive. Perfect. I really needed to survive there. That's good. How much does this cold ring do? 110. Nope. And I have to move far enough away because the darn good morale keeps popping up. Okay. Cold Ray. Here. Let's stay away from these Master Swordsmen. 7, 3. There goes the liches. 2 more turns. Let's start Cold Ring. Master Swordsman are my next big concern. Oh, those veteran pikemen are so scary. Start working on these rangers. We're only going to get one more turn. I cannot risk getting good morale and then losing my champion or losing Rialdo. So unfortunately, we're going to have to, let's see, 110. Is that going to kill all my troops? I currently have, what, 40 times 3 is 120 plus 2. And this is going to do how much? 110? Let's do 110 damage to everybody. And then let's run. With 12 hit points left, we now run. We quit the field. We retreat. Not great. But look how many champions we killed. Look how many rangers we killed. I don't love this. But we rehire Rialdo, and we still have some additional troops that we can utilize. Flint needs to go back this way, though. What do we have in here? Not a ton. Not a ton. And then before anything else happens, hire Rialdo. Let's upgrade these guys just because they want to be special. And then let's wait for the new week and wait for some more gold. And let's especially wait for some more spell points. Okay. I don't love what just happened, but I've had worse. Fixfox, you're telling me you've had worse? Yes, I have had worse. This is bad, though. I don't love that we just gave them mass slow. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. We've got the captain's quarters. And because we have the captain's quarters, it might be worth it. Heck, it might be worth it just to get Ranlu, just so he can cast some spells. Just to piss them off. Let's do that. Let's do that. It's absolutely wasting 2,500 gold plus all the resources here, but you know what? I just don't want them to have these troops, and I want to try and take out as many of their other troops as possible. I don't think that that's a waste of my time. That's 7,600 gold. That will mount the defense, but then we're going to have Magic Arrow, Cold Ring, and then this is a fully defended town. We will lose, but we will go down fighting. Rialdo, let's just have him stay. Let's have Flint continue up. Let's have Zam actually go up here. He's going to wait. And then Zom is going to just move everybody over. All the troops, but not the artifacts. Yeah, not the artifacts. And then he will sit here, go here, and then go up north to do a relay. We're probably going to purchase another hero here, who's then going to be a relayer. Rialdo and the Necromancer Town's not going to get the additional troops next turn. Okay, so it says we only kill 3. I think we can do better. We must do better. It's really nice seeing no more champions, by the way. That feels really nice. Let's see. Are we going to go 6 rounds of combat? Hey, every 2 rangers we kill is 2 more rangers. Let's just do that. Skip. 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 Just in case this wall gets broken through, let's try to move in front of it. Same here. Oh, no. I can always count on Crusaders ruining my day. We're not going to last one more round of combat, are we? No, we're not. Nope, that's it. Mercy, my lord. I should have been using my Cold Ray. It does more damage. Oh well. But hey, at least this time we killed less Crusaders and 4 more Rangers. We did so much worse. So basically we spent 7,600 gold just to what? And the answer is, well, just to slow him down. Here's the thing though, he's not going to have a speed 7 creature. I'm not going to have a speed 6 creature though. I had said that we were going to not pick up troops for Rialdo. We don't have a choice. We have to pick them up and we need to vacate. We need to absolutely skedoodle. Absolutely, we need to get out of here. We're going to leave the Grand Elves. They're going to give our last kind of defense. And then we're going to trade all of our resources elsewise. All of our resources elsewise. And then pick up the last of the Power Liches. That's pretty much it. A couple skeletons. And we're going to start to run. Well, let's head up here. Let's pick up 500 gold there. Let's pick up 500 gold there. And then we're going to have to run. We are not staying in this town. We are not. Okay. And we're going to need to resupply from any other town. Anybody else that can possibly help us. We're going to need to resupply from them. Let's split these rangers. No, let's not do that. Let's actually just split into 5 equal stacks. We are going to trade a couple more resources just so we can get the captain's quarters, though. Interesting to note, we are seeing some champions or some heroes that we saw prior. We did see Phineas before, but he doesn't have anything special on him. I think Ambrose is going to get in here next turn. I might be wrong. And there is Ruby with more of a resupply. My word. Just keeps coming. Can I fight this fight? I can't believe I'm doing this. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I am willingly going back to my death. And for what? Because there's a part of me that thinks I can maybe fight this fight and win. There's a part of me that thinks that, you know what, now that I've dealt with 50 champions, that I can, with a moat, I can maybe fight this fight. With Ambrose having less spell points, I can maybe fight this fight. But I'm definitely not going to do it without all the ranged troops I can get. Okay. And Zom is actually going to end up turning over these artifacts, but I don't really care. Oh, I do care about that lightning rod. No, I don't really care about that lightning rod. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? He doesn't have lightning. He doesn't have lightning, and even if he does, he's going to need to use those spells in other ways, in more creative ways. Oh my goodness. Can you feel the tension? Can you feel how palpable this is? I want him to attack me. Come on, I want you to do it. I want you to do it. And I think you're going to. And I think I'm still going to beat you. I think I'm going to beat you. This is going to be glorious. The greater the struggle, the more glorious the triumph. This is why we play Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Let's make it happen. Let's waste some of his spell points, or at least get off some cheeky parting shots. Still blood morale, still, well, normal luck. 5 attack, 9 defense, 3 knowledge. He picked up some additional knowledge, but he did not stay over a night in the town. 20 damage, 40 damage. Let's do 40 damage. Maybe we can do one more if we just skip. Skip. And skip and skip. He can't get good morale for this to work, but... well, there's that. Okay. So, and then... alright. Prove it. Prove it. Oh, I don't have a moat. Oh no. I don't have a moat. Here's the deal though. He doesn't have any spell points. This is winnable. This is absolutely winnable. This is absolutely winnable. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to let the Master Swordsman and the Veteran Pikeman go. For my Bone Dragons, I'm going to slow on the Bone Dragon's turn. I'm going to fly across the battlefield and we're going to jam up these Rangers. And after we jam up the Rangers and everybody's slowed, then we're going to next turn go first and we're going to paralyze the Crusaders and we're just going to start blasting people to death. If my ballistas and my right turret, left turret wake up the Crusaders and do damage to them when they are incapacitated, I will absolutely lose my mind. Lose my mind. And for that reason, I'm probably going to use a blind instead of a paralyze, just because it'll save 3 spell points. But I will lose my mind. So no spells at the moment. Do damage there. Do damage there. Swordsman go. Defensive position here. Defensive position here. I forgot to slow everybody down. I had a strategy and I completely missed it. I had it in my mind that the Bone Dragons would go. That's bad. But now he's actually out of spell points. So that's actually not terrible. A lot of good that haste is going to do you when you can't see. So these guys are going to walk, but they're going to walk slowly. We just need to blast these Rangers. Blast these Rangers. That was a good job, by the way, of holding onto your spells. The Heroes of Might and Magic 2 AI would have always cast their spell as soon as they possibly could have. Good on the FHeroes2 AI for not. Well, I know who I'm going to paralyze first. Will I paralyze him or blind? It's going to stick around for 11 turns. You might as well paralyze now, because eventually I'm going to want to be able to attack without retaliation. That goes there. And then 4 to 6. That's a little bit of a waste, but we got to take out the Rangers at some point anyway. Okay. They're paralyzed. I don't care about this one Ranger. All my attention is going to go onto these Veteran Pikemen. These Grand Elves are probably going to run next turn. I don't think I really care too much if these Royal Mummies take a little bit of a hit. So let's just move kind of into this position where we can get the Grand Elves out and around as necessary. Notice that the Ballista is still going to keep attacking, and it's going to keep doing damage. And there's not a whole lot I can really do about that. I didn't even have a left turret, right turret. What was I doing? What was I doing? Okay. Cold Ray. One, two, three. They are going to be able to get the Grand Elves if I let them. So I'm not going to let them. We're going to back up. We're going to skip. And then at this point, we should be able to just envelop them in a warm hug of hate. Three damage there. A little bit of damage there. Let's get all of our ranged troops up. And then this turn, we've still got, what, 6 more turns on the blind. So let's just start pounding away at these Master Swordsmen. I will use one Cold Ray. I'll use one, well, let's see, 49 Crusaders. 49 times, let's just call it 65. Okay. We're going to need, what, 15 Cold Rays? We're going to need all the Cold Rays we can get on these Crusaders. We're not going to waste a single Cold Ray on these Swordsmen. That's what these troops are for. We have how many shots left? 14, and we have 18. So skip. Fire away. Fire away. 4 more turns on the slow here. These are not going to be slowed Crusaders, by the way. And I think I wish that they were. I might spend 3 spell points just to make sure that they are slowed. I'm not killing these Master Swordsmen as fast as I wish I was, by the way. Let's have the Royal Mummies maybe get a curse off. No curse. The Mutant Zombies are a reasonable stack. Save there. Go there. 3 more turns for the blind. The Crusaders cannot be cursed, by the way, so the Mummies' effectiveness for their speciality is not going to be nearly so useful very quickly. So if I lose them, if I have them take hits from the Master Swordsman on the retaliation, I don't really care. It'll be alright. It's not great, but it's not the worst thing to ever happen. I'm going to spend the slow. They're about to be unblinded. I don't want them to come charging through. And then we will deal with these guys as we can, but they're still going to be going 3 speed, 6 speed, 6 speed, 5, 4. The mutant zombies, I think, are eventually going to get caught. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. But, okay, so the Crusaders are awake, and they are pissed off. They're so mad. They're saying, where did all of our friends go? And I go, I don't know. Sucks to be you. Okay, at 220 points of damage, we kill 3 every time, though. 3 and then some. We still have a lot of shots with our elves and our power liches. We're going to want to use every little bit of that. 1, 2, 3. They're going to get good morale at some point. You know that they are. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back off. Just back off. You know they're going to get good morale at least once. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and maybe that's even why they did what they just did there. So the power liches, if they take some damage, okay, fine. I want these grand elves to stay alive, though. Skip and skip. What am I telling you? What am I telling you? One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. They could totally get in there. I think I'm going to use the Royal Mummies to just plug this gap in just 1 second. Their job is just to sit and wait. The mutant zombies are going to run. I'm fine with that decision. I'm very fine with that decision. I don't have enough damage. 7 more turns on the slow. Folks, I don't think I have enough damage. We're going to go here. Can't have that. Oh, we're out of shots on the Grand Elves anyway. The Grand Elves are just fodder. So let's do the math. We have 5 more cold rays. We don't have the damage. Are 77 mutant zombies going to be enough? They're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not going to be enough. At some point, we're going to have to make a stand. And we're going to kill 3 every time. 3 times 5. That's 15. There's still going to be 15 Crusaders here, and we're going to have a whole ton of undead. What do you think is going to happen? At least they're going to be slowed until. They're going to be slowed until we can get all of our damage off. I don't think that the Disrupting Ray is going to be more worth it. I really don't. I really don't. Is the Steel Skin going to be more worth it? For 77 mutant zombies? Maybe. Probably 11 defense, 16 attack, going from bonus, oh gosh, bonus 50% damage down to -10. That might be more worth it. Oh, this is bad. As we get down low, wait, you can surrender? Hold on. You can surrender out of a castle fight? How did I not know that? How did I not know that? Keeping these troops alive is all of a sudden very, very important. Very, very important, actually. Huh. Because if we can surrender with just a couple of troops left, we might be in good shape. Okay. You go there, you go there. Cold right there. And you know what? Once we deal with all these Crusaders, we're not going to have to deal with all these Crusaders again. That's a one and done. That's really a one and done. I'd like to see them replenish all of these guys just that quickly. Pro tip, you can't. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to cold ray these guys 2 more times. And then we're going to run. I'm going to let the mutant zombies get into the fight. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to 1, 2, 3. If they get good morale here, I'm going to be so mad. Okay. One last cold ray. And so now we've dropped the 50 Crusaders down to 13. Imagine if we had an extra 20 knowledge. You know, maybe this... Oh, how much damage did they just do? Crusaders did 375 damage. They're doing 300 damage to elves. They're going to do double damage to the undead. They're going to do 600 damage plus some to these mutant zombies. Nope, we're sticking with our original strategy, by the way. And I'm going to let the zombies get the first hit. We're going to kill one more, and then we're going to get absolutely obliterated. Obliterated. For the price of 1,000 gold, I can run. I can keep my fantastic, super awesome hero. I thought that we were absolutely done. I thought that this was the end. I didn't realize you could surrender out of a castle. And in fact, if I'm a player against a player, there's no way I'm letting you run for 1,000 gold. There's no way. No way. So, we play on. This is a good scenario. There is a lot to be desired from my play, I think. But we still have some opportunities anyway. We've got to go down as soon as possible, though. Swarm of peasants. I'm not nearly so worried about a swarm of peasants. Not nearly so worried. We do have some troops here. We got some troops here. Let's get rid of the halflings. They're not going to make it to the final fight. Archer's house. You know what? There might be some archers in these houses. Yeah, 9 here. Let's pick up this windmill. There's a chance. Let's see. We're going to see exactly what's going to take to be just one turn out of reach. It looks like right now it's going to be... We can go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we can go to right here next turn, then maybe next turn we can get into Fountainhead. I think that I left some troops in there, unfortunately, though. He's going to probably buy whatever's left. We're not going to take it back for free, but wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we could just sell everything? This is going to be a full alive army, by the way. We're not going to have the mummies or the skeletons. We're just going to have to take whatever will keep us alive. There's some troops here, and we do still have some gold, 4,000 gold per turn. I need to set out now, though. Wait, no, I need to wait one more turn because I only have 3 magic points. So we need to wait one more turn, and we'll set out, and then Flint will go to here and then set out the turn after to catch us and resupply with one more 4,000 gold worth the turn after. So we are there, but we need to get down here before they can get one more week's worth of troops. And we said to right, what? We said right here? And then we wait. Rialdo picks up in order of importance these troops, and then Rangers actually move troops down, and we set off. And actually, I think we only set off to about here. I think that Flint can get to about there. No further, but I think he can get to about there. Okay, let's get rid of the skeleton, just so we'll have some room. Oh, and let's actually make sure he has the fastest troops in the army. Slow archers versus fast boars. He's going to have 1,400 movement points next turn. Yeah, we should be able to catch Rialdo, and that'll be worth our time. So we're just kind of, we're trying to play it cool. Ooh, interesting. He sees me, and so he turns back. Very interesting. That dog, he bought my vampire lords. I am a little upsetty spaghetti. Un poquito upsetty spaghetti. I just realized there's this potential 4th level mage guild. How valuable will that be? It could be valuable. Is it worth turning around for? No, I don't think so. I think I've got it in my head that I got to get down here. Because my power is not in my troops, my power is in my spells. And so I need to use that while I can. If I can keep all these Crusaders away from this army, I'll be feeling better about myself. I don't want to lose this gold mine. Maybe he won't pursue me into the fog of war. Maybe. Rangers are the most important at this point. I don't have... I'm not gonna trade any additional resources. Well, I'll trade the wood. Because if I can get to 900, then I can upgrade these. Oops, I was just shy. I can upgrade these. And then I'll feel a little bit better about my additional 25 Rangers. Because every little bit helps. Oh, I guess I could have set out before because of this magic well. Oops. I think I'd prefer taking the troops, though. Tough. Very, very tough. Very, very tough. Very, very tough. Okay. Heck, this might be a time where I just flip things around. Was there... Oh, he just stepped on the idol. I had no idea what he stepped on, but I was worried it was something really, really good. I can get to this town in 2 turns before day 1, and I will absolutely do so. Absolutely do so. And I'm hoping that they turn around and actually try and fight me a little bit before I go back and take my main town. And I will. Oh, you better believe I will. I will absolutely take my main town back. I am coming for you. You better start running, actually. I'm okay with that. That feels good to me. They are afraid, and I'm all for it. Okay. Let's make sure we don't lose more troops than we have to. 17 Rangers is just a lot. It's a lot. Oh, this stack would be so ripe to have just one single chain lightning. As it is, this is a good time for a cold ring. We'll take out... It doesn't really matter, but we'll do that. That's a whole flock of Rangers. Huh, looks like they're going to actually try and press out of the castle, which I'm all for. And I'm actually going to attack this stack, because then I can cold ring one more time. And then we end up saving a lot of troops. We saved 1 Crusader, we saved 9 Rangers. I do not attack Ruby here. I sit, I wait, I pick up more troops, and I laugh maniacally. Ha 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 ha. Very worth it. Very worth it indeed. Okay. And this kind of tug of war between, you know, preventing the enemy from getting additional troops and making sure that I do get additional troops is very satisfying. This is satisfying gameplay to me. This feels like an absolute tug of war, and I love it. Interesting to note that Gem is Green's strongest hero. Gem is somewhere over here with a whole ton of troops, and she is coming to resupply. I must take out these enemies. I must take them out. Very intriguing. Very intriguing. Okay, I still have my gold mine. That's good. Let's see. I don't know what he's going to do. Interesting. Okay, and now they run. Ah, but not far and fast enough. We'll leave peasants, nothing there. Level 5 mage guild, we already knew that. Maybe by the time I get to my necromancer town, maybe there will be more spells. Maybe they'll have built up the mage guild. These losses are devastating and they cannot be allowed to stand. I don't know what spells Ruby has, but I'll bet you it's not good enough to deal with what I got. Heck, you don't even have enough spell points to do a mass dispel. So let me do my mass slow. And then you can figure out what you want to do from there. But that should mean that my rangers will go before yours, and I can mitigate a lot of damage that way. I just want to be able to threaten your rangers. I don't think I actually plan on dealing with them yet. I'm more worried about these peasants than I am any of these. Not to say that these are nothing, but especially if they get good morale and still find a way to get the drop on me, I'll be very, very upset. But we'll take what we can get. Rangers first. Take out damage options now. Okay. Okay. 5 attack, 6 defense. They still have much better stats than I do. That makes these fights very, very tough. 4 spell points left. I can just start blinding, and I will. Blinding these troops so I don't have to deal with them until I really want to. And that's a blind there. Do I blind or do I paralyze? I think that the choice between blind and paralyze is thinking about spell points that I'll have for the next fight. That's what that decision is. Will I press into my necromancer town without turning back for more spell points? I think so. So a blind is still going to be useful. The blind will still be useful. Let's blind the Crusaders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless their champions get good morale, they're not going to be able to double back. They're definitely not going to be able to double back now. One, two, three. If I move one step back, then I might not have to engage. The only problem is if they get good morale either way, or they haste, either way, both choices suck for me. They're hasted now. My champions will still get to go first. I am actually going to, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to blind these veteran pikemen next. I need to leave room for my champions to get down and through, but they are unfortunately going to have to wait a turn because of the Master Swordsman here. So we might as well move to here. Blind. And then go as far as we can. This blind is about to wear off. It will wear off fairly soon. Fairly soon. 1, 2, 3, 4. If they get good morale, we're in trouble. Excellent. Excellent. I'm blocking in my veteran pikemen, but logistically this makes the most sense to me. Okay. Move back 1. And then let's just take a pot shot with this cold ray. 220 points of damage is going to kill a lot of champions. And then that makes this engagement feel so much better. That makes this engagement feel good. And then we're just going to make sure that these rangers don't have any problems anytime soon. Let's... we can focus down these peasants, no problem. The rangers will dispatch these peasants. Skip, 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 skip. And actually, I'm going to move the champions down so my Crusaders can be the ones to really deal the killing blow on these pikemen. Should I? I think I should. I may lose one Crusader on the retaliation. No, never mind. No losses whatsoever. I will go first next. Kill here. Kill here. We have 67 spell points. Is that enough to kill Crusaders, Bone Dragons, Power Liches? 1 week's worth of growth, basically. I think so. Because we ended up with, like, what, 15 Crusaders left from the enemy? I think it was 15. And so we need to make sure that we have enough spell points, because I don't want to turn back. I don't want to turn back, and maybe, for reasons we've already discussed, maybe the enemy is actually going to give me the honor of allowing me to not have to deal with all my Necromancer troops. Because maybe, just saying, maybe, they will instead put themselves in a position where I can... They won't reinforce the furthest town. They'll recognize that it's their weakest option, and maybe that'll do me some good. I'm not going to break the blind here, because then whoever breaks the blind next turn is not going to get that freebie. I am going to... Should I use one more Cold Ray? Maybe I should just stone skin these champions so that they don't take too much of a beating when they break this blind. I don't want to use the Paralyze. I should have used the Paralyze back in the day, but I thought, oh, I'll save the spell points, and now I'm regretting that decision. Okay. I wish I could curse them, but I can't. So let's skip. Let's stone skin for 3. Let's break the blind. And let's absolutely wail upon these Crusaders. They are going to wish that they were still blind. And that's a good way to finish this fight. Okay. 1 hit point left. Could you imagine if that was the difference between Ruby the Knight getting to run or not? I would be absolutely devastated. So 1 champion, 12 rangers. We did about as good, actually, as the computer did, now that I think about it. We must take ballistics. That could be absolutely imperative to our success. Ambrose is, I mean, he's a load, but with 64 spell points, I think I can take you. I think I can take you. Each Cold Ray is going to kill 1 Bone Dragon. I think I can take you. You think you can take me? You do not think you can take me. That is the nicest feeling I've had all day. Oh, I feel so good. Okay, so let's fight. Oh no, we lose. I disagree. I think the AI is recognizing, no, wait a second, you just rolled over Ruby. Why did you just roll over Ruby? 30 spell points. I picked up a Mass Dispel. Where did I pick up the Mass Dispel? Was that in my town? Does he have a Mass Dispel? Is a Mass Slow not going to do nearly so much as I would have hoped? Or was the Mass Slow in the Night Town up north? He might have a Mass Dispel. Crap. He might have a Mass Dispel. And if that's the case, we want to do as much damage as possible. I think this is going to be just a little bit of a slug fight. I can't stop the flyers from coming across. The Crusaders are really my biggest concern, though. If he doesn't have a Mass Dispel, then this is a huge tactical mistake. I don't remember, and I wish I did, but I don't remember. So let's just start doing damage. 220 points of damage at a time. That's 1 Bone Dragon. Which is better? 3 Crusaders or 1 Bone Dragon? Well, tell you what, if I do this to the Bone Dragon, then a second Cold Ray will absolutely dismantle it. So let's consider, or I could do 5 Vampire Lords. Nah, take out a Bone Dragon. Yep, take out a Bone Dragon. And we can actually defend our Rangers from the Bone Dragons here. They're not going to be defended from the Vampire Lords. It will make it so the Power Liches are going to get some good shots off on me. Do I care about 4 Power Lich damage? 4 Power Liches damage? That's potentially 12 attack. That's potentially enough. Yeah, let's just move down here. I will potentially give up these Rangers. Okay. Let's have the Swordsman go up. Let's have the rest of these troops deal with these Vampire Lords. Ouch. Ouch. Pikeman already attacked. But now there is one more Cold Ray will take out all of these Bone Dragons. I think we dance away from these Crusaders just a little bit. This blind is going to wear off next turn. And then he'll have to decide what he does with his spell points this turn. Let's stay away. Let's keep these champions away from these Crusaders. Wow. Even with undead in your army, your morale is still that good. We got to keep as many stacks of creatures alive as we can. Cold Ray. I think we Cold Ray, and I think we get the drop. We could kill all these Vampire Lords, sure. I think we get the drop on these Crusaders. 5 attack, 10 defense, 3 attack, 10 defense. He's going to do better at attacking than I will. Whatever I can do to take out these stacks of Crusaders, I ought to do. Yep. Don't regret that decision at all. And then if we can just keep these Rangers unencumbered, that'd be okay. Let's just take out these skeletons. Hopefully all of them. Huh? Nice. That is pretty terrific. That's really terrific. And now I think we just keep Cold Raying. We're gonna deal with them juggling blinds back and forth, but I am okay with that. 5 or 4. We take out all these Crusaders. As much as we possibly can. How much can we kill? We can not kill 1. We're gonna be short on 1. Is there any point to attacking the Vampire Lords? They're just gonna regenerate. If the Power Liches want to attack, they're gonna have to wake us up. That's the ticket. Crusaders are going to attack Vampire Lords. We're going to demolish these Power Liches next turn, and we are going to go. This is great. We just won this scenario. So Crusaders are going to go, let's see, speed 5. Oh, they're speed 6. Crusaders are speed 6, so they're going to take out the Vampire Lords. Cold Ray takes out the Power Liches. And we win this fight, and Ambrose is toppled. Ambrose is absolutely shellacked. And we are feeling so good about ourselves. Lightning Rod, we remember that. The Ankh, the Spell Scroll, Book of the Elements. I guess that's interesting to note that he did not have any interesting artifacts because he would not have rearranged them just to give me back the artifacts that I already had. He just didn't have any interesting artifacts. We still have 36 spell points. That is plenty. We're going to take this fight. And I'm going to accept those losses. I will accept those losses. I'm going to come back home. And he's built us up our Vampire Lords. They did not build us up this Mage Guild. That's very interesting. And so that tells me, I think, that they actually did not have a Mass Dispel. And so that we might have been able to fight that fight a little bit better. But as it is, I'm going to be happy with what I have. I'm going to be very happy with what I have. There's the Mass Dispel. Nifty. And now I'm going to wait here overnight. I'm going to... Oh boy, I feel absolutely drained. This scenario has been quite a challenge. Quite a challenge. Oh boy. But it's a challenge I'm happy for. I know that this windmill and this magic garden have been taken. It says not visited, but notice that the little leprechaun is not there. It gives you a visual indicator whether or not this has been visited by someone else. It's not visited by me this turn, but it was visited by him. So it looks that way because that's just the way it is. As far as troops left over, there are none. I think that we're going to wait one more turn and get our 4th level Mage Guild here, though, and then we will head back and we'll clear up some of this other stuff. Let's actually purchase another hero, though. Let's get, I think Maximus is level 2. Yeah, let's get, no. Mandegal, Man Bear Pig, does have his 4 pigs that he can use to scout and move far and move fast. This land bridge is where the enemy's going to come next. I don't know how quickly they're going to show up. If I was them, I'd be saying to myself, oh boy, this is not good. But it's hard for me to tell sometimes what the AI is going to do. I'm the guy that thought that I could take that one fight in the castle. I'm the guy that didn't realize you could surrender while in a castle. Are you sure you want to take my opinion on these things? Probably not. And that's not going to hurt my feelings. That's just the reality of the situation, and I get it. Set Air Guardian, what a very interesting spell. It's like a haunt, except this way you actually keep the mine. The mine stays active, and you have guardians that are making sure that any enemies that attack the mine or take the mine will have to deal with some guardians first. Meteor Shower. We've got an AoE, nice damaging spell. I like Meteor Shower much more than Fireball. Much more than Fireball. Oh. Hi. Fancy meeting you here. Let's head back, though. And let's not go the long way. Let's go the short way. To this town, I believe. Do we have any additional troops here? We do. At this point, I'm going to wait one more week before I set out. But Flint is going to very soon make sure that things go well for us. There's Ruby, or whoever their hero is. Day 5. Let's go back to here. I think, and again, I'm still looking for a one certain hero that I remember has some wonderful artifacts. I think I'm going to end up setting up a nice little relay very quickly. For 2,000 gold, I'm absolutely going to get a new level, and I guess we'll take the Eagle Eye. And so that way I can get troops up as quickly as possible. By the beginning of next week, I hope to head out here with the armies from these two towns. Maybe from Fountainhead? Maybe Zam should actually go here just to bring me, not liches, but bone dragons. If for no other reason than the negative morale, bone dragons are a pretty great unit. Even if it's just 3 of them. I'd rather have them than, say, veteran pikemen. Okay. And so Man Bear Pig will be at this part of the relay. Oh, we need to get this blue tent. And then Zam will pop in through there. Flint will leave one boar so that another hero can borrow him to go as far as he does. We're going to go to right here. I might as well pick up Zom because he's going to pay for himself eventually with his estates. Let's get rid of all these undead troops. If I ever end up needing them, then I've done something very, very wrong to this point. Same with the halflings. And then it'll be from here to here, there to there, and then hopefully by then, Mandigal, Man Bear Pig can help relay things to the front even faster. Okay. It's day 7. Zam will head out soon. Zom will head out next turn. Actually, how far can he get? He can get pretty far. Somebody will get that blue tent. We're not going to need it immediately. Going to wait overnight in this town. And now we have a flurry of activity where we purchase bone dragons. Do we purchase any other troops at this time? I don't think we do. I think we just wait one more week, and that's fine. And start ferrying troops to the front. Okay. So, yes, yes, yes. How much gold do I still have? I still got a lot of gold, but not infinite. Get the Master Swordsman. And now we're out of gold pretty much. So we're not gonna deal with these veteran pikemen. The veteran pikemen's spot is actually going to be taken by bone dragons. Let's do a swap there. Flint carries on. And then I don't really have a whole lot else for some of these secondary, tertiary heroes to do. Flint can get how far? He can get to right... Oh wow, he cannot get that far. He can get to that part of the pass. And then, so we're going to do a split there. We're going to wait one more turn. It'll take 2 turns to get down here anyway. A little bit of gold extra in this town will be very nice. Let's head on down. swap over. And head back. Making good use of our time. I'll even help out here. And actually, I do want to drop off this Book of the Elements. Especially since I have the Meteor Shower learned, I don't need that. The Lightning Rod, I might come across a lightning spell. The Fire Cloak, I'll hang on to it. That might be useful. I don't think the Spade of Necromancy is actually going to be great for me anymore. I know. It's a great artifact, but I don't think it's going to be the artifact for me. No and no. Oh, Jezebel has been around. She's got a spell book and she's got some additional stuff. Okay, otherwise let's wait one more turn and then I should be able to buy out this town. And then we're going to head across this land bridge and we're going to blitz the enemy. Let's actually have Zam. He's got the artifacts, so we're going to have him go back. But Man Bear Pig is actually probably going to help lead the way into the front and try and do some exploring in advance of the main army. And Rangers, but no pikemen. Send everybody down. Keep the skeletons there. Archers at the top. Swordsman there. Okay. And let's see how far Flint or Man Bear Pig will be able to get. He's going to be able to get to right here. So we go to right here. Alrighty. I know that the logistics are not very exciting when we're playing Heroes of Might and Magic. It's kind of difficult sometimes to really be engaged in the logistics, and it never hurts my feelings if people fast forward or put me on 2x speed. In fact, I think I'm a little bit more entertaining at 2x speed just because my thoughts come out a little bit quicker. There's the blue tent, by the way. So when we see that on the field, we can actually carry on without it hindering us. But ultimately, the logistics are a part that a lot of people find the most interesting because they say to themselves, look, yeah, you may fight these fights in a certain way, and maybe I could learn something from that, or I can enjoy that, I can find that interesting. It can tickle those nice parts of my brain that like to see fun, interesting, cool stuff. But the logistics are what sets you up before the fights even occur. And if you don't have that part and portion down, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle mightily. Did I purchase all the troops here? I did. Good. And so for that reason, it's a great idea for me to do this. Interesting to note, so I've mentioned, oh, look, a Hut of the Magi. Interesting to note, I have mentioned before that I've been playing Heroes for a long, long time. My family has played Heroes, Might, and Magic for a long, long time. And, hi there. Oh, you're tough. Oh. You have a horde of Crusaders? Let me finish my thought and then I'll go throw up on my shoes. Worth noting that my family's been playing for a long, long time, and my brother who's just younger than me by a little bit, he is probably the best in combat out of any of us, whereas my dad is absolutely the best out of all of us with the map logistics. My dad will run circles around you, picking up windmills and getting, water wheels. He will squeeze every penny out of the adventure map. My brother is a tactical genius, and I'm somewhere scoring below both of them in both of those categories, but I'd like to think I'm somewhat well-rounded. But interesting that when you think about Heroes of Might and Magic, there's a lot of different aspects that go into playing the game well. And you may say to yourself, well, I'm not good at this game, or I don't like this game. Maybe there's just parts of the game with a few tweaks that you're going to see yourself make some different decisions, and you will get to see yourself play much better, and that will be encouraging, and you'll get a lot more enjoyment out of it. That's just my 2 cents. With a little bit of interesting insight, you can sometimes do some rather terrific things. Let's fight this fight. The AI says we are going to get devastated. 51 champions. Gem is a sorceress. Gem is going to have some spells. I don't know if she's going to have a Mass Dispel, though. Mass Slow might be the way to go. Let's fight this fight. Okay, and so this time I am on the right, she's on the left. Damn it! Holy shit! Oh, okay. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? And the answer is not much. We are going to just have to survive this fight as best as we can. But I'm anticipating an anti-magic there, and then 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 all over the place. And so I'm saying to myself, look, maybe it would be best if we just got off as much damage as possible, because pretty soon my main damage output, which is my spells, is not going to be here. This is the first time in a long time, though, that I am better equipped in the attacking and defending area as opposed to my enemy. Why do I have poor morale? Oh, it's because of my bone dragons. Duh. I should have thought about that. I really should have thought about that when I took 3 bone dragons. Yes, their morale goes down a little bit, but mine goes down even worse. But because I have 4 attack and 10 defense, maybe I still use spells, but I use them in a different way. Do I have any buffing spells, for example? Do I have some way I can do better against the enemy? Because right now, say my 23 Crusaders versus his 52. Okay, 12 attack, 12 defense, 15 attack, 22 defense. When you attack me with your Crusaders, that's going to be 8, 9, 10. That's going to be 50% reduced damage that these Crusaders are going to do to my Crusaders. That looks pretty good. That feels okay. That feels okay. And that holds true for all my troops. Now, he still has absolutely the advantage in troops, but I might be able to do something. I might be able to do something here. Now, a cold ray is 240 points of damage. A meteor shower is 300. I'm going to have to deal with these troops. I wish I could meteor shower the Rangers and the champions. I don't think it reaches that far. It does not. But I can get 600 damage total off on these 2 groups of gentlemen. If I mass slow, I'll be able to get 2 for the price of 1. What do you mean? Well, if I mass slow, then my champions are going to definitely go before their champions next turn. My Rangers are for sure going to go before their Rangers. Little things like that. And then I'll be able to cast a spell again next turn, and I'll be able to do a damaging spell or a paralyze or something that might help. With 27 spell points left, there's not a ton of options, especially when, I don't have a dispel or I don't have a dispel and I don't have a cure, but I do have an anti-magic. That's even better. It's even better by a lot. Let's use this terrain and let's try and stay away from the Crusaders, but also make them choose north or south of this berm. Pick one. I don't care, but pick one. Can you count? FixFox, can you count? You need to make sure that you're counting your steps to make sure that you don't just lose 21 champions. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but that seems to me a gross tactical error. Just saying. Oh boy. That's actually really nice, not having to deal with that. Now, do I attack? I mean, these bone dragons are a waste. Kind of a waste. It's a good thing I slowed them now, because now my Crusaders are going to for sure get to go first next time. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I go here, I'll be attacked. If I attack, then there's not going to be any follow-up because these creatures have already gone. These troops have already gone. Let's just wait. And let's just try and pour on some damage. Let's try and pour on some damage. We absolutely cannot leave this fight without... We have to leave this fight, is what I'm trying to say here. We cannot lose. this hero, or else all is lost. Absolutely all is lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Crusaders, their Crusaders are going to go next. Unless I kill 65, which I'm not, then I'd be in trouble. But killing 9 to 18 twice, that seemeth me good. There's that anti-magic. Let's just keep pounding these champions. We might run sooner rather than later. We really might. Oh, buddy. Yeah, I like seeing that. And so let's keep the Bone Dragons alive. I don't know where the Veteran Pikemen are going to go. I'm guessing that they're going to go this way, which I actually kind of hate, because then when they get anti-magic next turn, they will go in a way that I don't like. But let's keep the Bone Dragons alive. They can fly. They can maybe prevent some major damage from happening. Oh, there was a little gap there, so they actually did that. What spells do I have? Tell you what I could do. I could... No, I can't. But I'm thinking, like, wouldn't it be funny if I hasted my Crusaders and just always stayed just out of reach of their Crusaders until they ran out of magic? It sounds good. It's like the Benny Hill theme music, you know, that you find in all the bad British shows. As they're chasing each other. I could see that being funny, but not very practical. Not very practical. I think that I'm looking at maybe doing a bloodlust here. I think I'm looking at doing a bloodlust. I'm going to bloodlust my Crusaders. I'm going to take my best shot at them. And I'm going to do as much damage to their Crusaders as possible. It's going to hurt, but it's also going to hurt them a little bit too. I'm going to kill what, 5 to 10? I'm betting you I'm only going to lose 3 just because my defense is so high. Nope. I killed 8 and then something, and then they killed 5 and then something. I got to keep these swordsmen alive. They blinded instead of anti-magicking their veteran pikemen. That's a little interesting. 14 spell points left. How many spell points does a anti-magic cost? Point of interest. I don't know the answer. Maybe we can do something. They're going to want to deal with my Crusaders next turn. They're going to want to. And these 56 veteran pikemen are not going to be able to kill them. I just got to keep units alive, and then maybe I can extend the battle, and then my spells can have more chance to really kick in. Because, hey, these Crusaders are no longer anti-magic. I think I'm actually going to just... Can I... Meteor Shower here? Yeah, so I can do 300 damage here and 300 damage here without hurting my own guys. Let's do that. I'm still bloodlusted. Let's kill the best creature that they have as much as possible. And now we're going to really start to take some serious hurt. 3 and 3. They blinded again. They just can't get good morale. If they get good morale, we're just in too much of a pickle. But these numbers are starting to look reasonable, and you only have 8 spell points left. I think an anti-magic is like 7. I might be able to fly around with these bone dragons and avoid the enemy. I'm doing damage. I'm doing damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't fly to there. My Crusaders. No, their Crusaders are going to go next. I think I'm gonna. Well, and this Master Swordsman is about to run out of his anti-magic. I think that we're going to fly the bone dragons here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're not going to be able to reach. We're going to fly them here to this corner. We're going to cast a mass slow now that the Master Swordsmen are not anti-magicked. And Jem is going to have to decide, what do you do with your last little bit of spell points? What do you do? You tell me. I don't care what you do, but that's going to make my decision with my bone dragons so much easier. I am going to try and save these Rangers. I'm still going to take out their biggest stack of high damaging creatures. And because my attack and defense is so high, we've equalized. Folks, we're going to win this fight. We're going to win this fight. Yeah, haste. I don't care. I do care about that. But so long as these bone dragons stay alive, you don't have any more spell points. And I've got 37 left. I am going to dance circles around you. I'm going to cold ray you. I'm going to damage your highest damaging creatures first. The bone dragons are going to stay safe. Yeah, but they're both hasted for a little bit longer. Stand and deliver. We're going to lose the Crusaders anyway. Now the Rangers can attack. Bone dragons fly off to the side. One Crusader goes down. Another one does not. Okay, so 15. It's going to cost a little bit of extra spell points, but we're going to get both creatures. And you're going to do a little bit of extra damage, 60 extra damage. It's 120 extra damage at the cost of 3 extra spell points. It's better to cold ray, because you can have either two meteor showers or how many cold rays, and that's the answer. Yeah, 5 cold rays or 2 meteor showers. I would rather have the cold rays, I think. I do think. 2 to 5. 1 Crusader goes down. Keep attacking. I think I should have actually had the bone dragons in on this fight. I know I was trying to keep them away just as a insurance policy. They are a tough troop. They can take the punishment and they can dish it out. And right after I told you that the reason I'm doing this is for my kids. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. The fight is won. Now we're just going to try and make sure that they don't run. This cold ray is going to do 12. They're not going to get to run. My Crusaders are going to get to go before their veteran pikemen. Bone dragons are just going to help clean this up. And we just picked up 10,000 experience points. We just turned a devastating loss into an absolute victory. Wow. I saw that anti-magic and I absolutely almost lost it. I just thought that was it. As it is, I'm not saying that we're in a good position now, but if we can steal one more castle, if we can steal one more enemy's castle, we can maybe make something happen. Let's pick up mysticism. Oh boy. I think we got to take the expert ballistics there. But it's day 6 and we just took out their strongest hero. I'm guessing that was their strongest hero. Who do you have left? Barak with 4 spell power and 2 knowledge? Yeah, I am guessing that we're going to be okay. Okay, Hut of the Magi. You enter a rickety hut and talk to the magician who lives there. He tells you of places near and far which may aid you in your journeys. Okay, so this is our enemy. Krager has got tons of stuff, but here's the deal. If we're able to take all these other castles, we will absolutely overwhelm him eventually. And so the fight is turning. It's still been close. It's been scary, but I think we're going to be okay. We do need to figure out if we go left or right here. There's a town here for sure. Let's take the for sure town because it's almost a new week. If we can prevent more troops from being thrown at us, that will be always the best choice. There's Croto. Doesn't look like he has much. Do we have some spell points? We do. Let's split our bone dragons. So that way we can fly over the battlements a little bit better. And we're probably going to drop another cold ring. It's a good example of why an AoE spell is just really nice to have little times like these, because we're going to kill both these stacks of creatures, and then all of a sudden we have a whole lot less to deal with our dragons who are going to fly over and our rangers who are going to get blinded immediately. Whoops. So both of the peasants are actually going to go next. So what I'm going to do, I'll do this, and I'll do that. Yeah, and that'll be enough. I was trying to make sure that on the retaliation I would be able to kill them this turn and not have to take additional damage. We're going to stay the night. and we're going to stay in this mage guild. There's that anti-magic that almost cost me dearly. We're going to pick up this 4th level mage guild. At this point, maybe we're just going to get something great. Town gate, chain lightning, and I still do have my lightning rod. We've talked about how AoE spells are really, really nice to have. That is probably my favorite AoE spell right off the bat. It's just that good. Just that good. We do need to probably pay the gold to have someone else ready to go up here. I suppose we'll take Jezebel. There's a chance, though, that somebody nice and new and shiny will pop up here, though. Nope, nobody did. Are there any fast troops here? The fastest troop is the veteran pikemen. We will make sure that they're here so that way Jezebel will start off with the most possible movement points when she goes. And then Zom and Zam are going to do a little bit of a relay. I think I'm still going to stick with castle troops. But it'll be nice to have maybe a secondary hero running through, you know, going up in a different side of the battle. Okay, it's day 7. We're gonna send troops there. We're gonna send troops here. I don't know what's here. Oh, there's a sign. I love signs. We must pick it up. And then Flint is gonna go as far as he can. And Jezebel will come out next turn. Okay. Yep. Alrighty. We've got a plan. Oh, Rialdo probably should have done something there. But I don't know what. Okay. Here. And even though it was a little scary last time, I think keeping these bone dragons is actually a good idea. They can fly, which is something that the knight towns sorely lack. And so having a flyer is going to be a good choice for me, I believe. Let's pick up Natasha so she can do a little bit of scouting. But otherwise, I'm just happy to be able to kind of press my advantage just a little bit. Let's purchase Crusaders, Champions, Rangers, and Swords. 42 veteran pikemen. Yeah, that sounds like a good decision to me. And then Flint was not able to get all the way back to make this a very clean handoff, but it'll be clean enough. And then from here, Zom not Zam is going to pick up just the bone dragons. Anything else right now? No. Castle troops are the ones we really want. Let's get everybody to the front. Spade of Necromancy. In this glen live some very naughty halflings. Stay away. Oh. As you make your way through the last of the golem debris, a group of halflings runs towards you carrying fruit and flowers. Thank you so much, their leader exclaims. We've been trapped in here forever. Come by our homes. We'll pick up and go with you. I'm guessing that there was some iron golems that were guarding this, but the enemy took them out. And so, how many halflings? 119 halflings. Oh my word. That is so many halflings. I'm guessing that there's not a town right here. It looks like it's too small. There's just not enough room. And I'm guessing that there's nothing over there. We already picked up all the troops we wanted here. So let's just send Rialdo north. That's where I would be. Wow, a lot of archers' huts. That's good. Hopefully we can maybe get some more rangers sooner rather than later. Let's stop in here. And just to make sure that nobody backdoors me, let me just purchase these pikemen. And then just split them. Oops. Split these troops like that. Really? No, there's no way that Rebecca thinks that she can beat me. She must be going anywhere else, like somewhere else. There is their toughest hero. There's Barak. We're just going to keep traveling on this road. Information is key. Pick up some of these extras. Let's go back and pick up some of these extras. This windmill, I wish I'd kept... I'm not going back. I'm not doing it. I was going to say, I wonder how many resources this windmill has given us and like what types. I'm not going to go back and check. I'm going to go back and check. So this explains why there's been that counter in the upper left corner. Explaining what resources from that windmill have been. Because it's month 3, week 3, and I think I've gotten that windmill pretty much every single week. Oh, goodness gracious. These things I do. We're not going to fight that fight. We're just going to take our free skeletons and go. Let's make sure we take out this town, though. I don't want Brock to charge out and harm Natasha. That would just make no sense of him. Picking up here, picking up here. Rangers. Oops. And then pikemen are actually going to be a very valuable stack because we have so many coming in from elsewhere. Yeah, and the enemy is just frozen. They're saying to themselves, oh my goodness, what can we possibly do to deal with this guy? And I don't think that there's much that they can do. I have broken their faith and stolen their souls. I'm like the guy, what's his name from Mortal Kombat? The guy that organizes the tournament. I'm that guy. Your soul is mine. Yeah, pretty much. We're going to do one more little handoff here. How far can Flint get? He can get to like right here. So we might as well go to there. Let's fight this fight. I'll accept those losses. 48 skeletons, 6 rangers, and I'm going to get, well, 480 peasants. I'm going to get a whole bunch of skeletons back. Oh man, I didn't even want to fight this. Well, we're going to fight it, and we're going to do even better than the AI did. So, hallelujah. Let's do it like this. Vicious. Absolutely vicious. And then, yeah, let's kill as many of these peasants as we possibly can. But we're gonna have a huge stack of skeletons after fighting this fight, which is gonna be kind of nice. I think I can maybe kill all of these here. And then, oh, if I had been one lower, the peasants would have been able to attack me. I could have ended this fight just one titch sooner. As it is, I will magic arrow and collect my skeletons. Thank you very much. 160 skeletons. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Another mage guild, mass dispel. Wow, they definitely have those mass dispels. And I'm very glad that I was able to avoid any shenanigans from the enemy. That would have been very disheartening. One quick thing that I've noticed with the map designs here in the Price of Loyalty, one of the things that's been making these maps very difficult is maps that have this kind of path. Look, we started here in the bottom left, and then you were forced to snake your way through, up and around, and around, and around, until you get to the end. By having kind of like a linear map set up, similar to the custom scenario pyramid, which a lot of people will understand and will know that reference, it forces you to take fights in certain orders. Like I had to take out blue before I took out red, before I could take out green. That was just kind of the order of things. Now, green got to red before I could, but it was partitioned out in that way with this one little jump cut, with this one little stone lith here to there, so that way, you know, once you've already completed this area, you can bypass that. You don't have to spend all that time dragging troops all the way over here. And I like that. I think that that's smart. I think that that's good level design. I think it's annoying as the player though, because it feels like to me like I'm not able to really flex, find my advantages. I'm not able to, you know, play in the way I want to. Anytime you have anyone that says to you, hey, yeah, here's this game, and it's, you know, it's the opposite of open world. It's very much, hey, you're on a track and just go where I want you to go. You're going to have a certain degree of people that dislike that. The problem is that to have like a truly open world type game, like a Red Dead Redemption or something like that, you're you're gonna need to do so much to make it work and to make it really be open world, and that's just not gonna work for a Heroes of Might and Magic game like this, I think. Like, because it's a strategic turn-based strategy game, I just don't think you're going to be able to design a scenario that allows for that level of freedom. I think that you have to design a map with some of these scenes already blocked out in your mind in some way. Oh, first you're going to fight blue, and then you're going to fight red, and then you're going to fight green. And if you don't have these scenes blocked out, you're going to be in trouble because it's just not going to work the way you hoped it would. I hope this is making sense, and maybe it's not, but ultimately I think that level design for a Heroes of Might and Magic 2 game, or any of the Heroes games for that matter, is inherently going to present some challenges, and you're going to have to make some sacrifices insofar as what kind of user experience do you want for whoever is playing that map. I guess that's my point. They don't have any more shooters, so we're going to just stay on top of them with my 250 skeletons. Gone. We're not going to fly over the battlements just yet. I think I can use one more spell to really soften these guys up. This time we're going to use a meteor shower. We're going to skip. We're going to take a lot of damage from this one Crusader. 2 Crusaders? It was 1 Crusader. But most high attack damaging stack is right there. Take a step back. And you know what, from here, I think I'm just going to hit Q and let the battle just finish up. We lose 72 skeletons, we get 30 something back. Let's spend a night in the town just to replenish our spell points. In case you can't tell, I think that I feel pretty comfortable with the way that this scenario has gone. I think that we're ready to go. I think I'm going to sleep Jezebel. I don't think we're going to need her anymore. And I think I'm actually going to sleep Zom as well. I don't think that we're going to get any more Necromancer troops from that town. We may get some troops. Scratch that. Unsleep, and we're going to actually send him back up to this town here. This town's going to have the very furthest to go to get troops from the back to the front. But they will be useful all the same. I don't know where there's more enemies. I'm guessing there's a road here. Maybe it goes into this area. We got to get this gold tent at some point anyway. We'll get there when we get there. Otherwise, we continue to move troops to the front. And we are just going to continue to let people do what they've been told to do. 18 archers. That's going to be 18 rangers pretty quick. Pretty quick. Oh, just a crystal mine. What about over here? Atlas is a level 1 barbarian. I might even just dismiss him at the end of this turn. Yeah, I'm going to just dismiss Atlas. I just don't need him. Don't really care. I think Rialdo is going to have to go up here, though. Through the Swamps of Sorrows? There's got to be something else up here. Because I think... Well, no, because you have to go through here to get to Lord Krieger. Why is there all of this? What's in here? Wait a second. Hold on. What's right here? Why is there a gold barrier here? I don't think I can get to his town through here. Why do I have Hydras here, Bone Dragons here, and then Medusas here? For a treasure chest? What's back there? Is that where the ultimate artifact is? Does he not have the ultimate artifact? Do you have to go and get it manually? If that's what it is, I'm going to be a little bit perturbed. Come on. Come on. Because at this point, you're just going to make me just do it myself. Come on. Okay. Up, and there's another town. There's Rebecca. We'll take those losses. 17 skeletons. Green player's been vanquished. Terrific. Okay, we're going to need that gold tent. We can't step into this town because it's just too far out of our way. Okay, so if I fast forwarded like I thought I did, this is probably about the time where I am rejoining this. I've moved a lot of troops up, and for the most part, I've been able to keep, I did a whole big swap here where everybody met up, and then this is what looks to be my final army. It's going to be 330 Rangers, 163 Veteran Pikemen, 64 Crusaders, 94 Master Swordsmen, 77 Champions. There are a couple of Bone Dragons and Liches over here, 9, 20, but ultimately when I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 castles for the Castle Knight faction, there's just no way that they can compare. So here we are. We have gone into the red here. Oh, and by the way, there was a gold barrier here, and I tried to walk through here, and I didn't find anything, which is very disheartening because I was hoping that there'd be something. Just in case there should be something and there's not, or like there should be something, I just didn't find it. You're going to see me do something you've seen me do one time before. I'm going to save. I'm going to save just in case I need to come back and replay this just to get my sword, because if the sword of Andoran is in here somewhere and you just have to step on a magic tile to get it, and by defeating Lord Krager you don't just get the sword, I will be so upsetty spaghetti. Just saying. Okay, but otherwise I don't think we're going to have any problem with this fight. Not because he doesn't have a massive army, he does, but because we have tons of troops anyway, and we've been up against worse. We've absolutely been up against worse, and we've overcome. It says we lose. I think that with a couple of spells, we are going to find a way to persevere all the same. 96 Veteran Pikemen, 82 Master Swordsmen, 68 Champions, 54 Crusaders, 156 Rangers. He does have 4 spell power, 4 knowledge. He does have 10 attack, 7 defense, so he's doing better than us on the attack and defense. I guess we swap a little bit, but where I really set myself apart is the spell power and the knowledge. He may have some spells, but whatever he's got, I bet you I got better. And then this ballista, is not too concerning to me. This moat is actually probably going to be one of the more concerning aspects of this fight, but we get to go first. And the very first thing I'm going to do is consider, do I want to do a chain lightning? Do I want to do a mass slow? Or do I want to do something else? I'll tell you right now, chain lightning, 840 points of damage right on these rangers. That's going to be 84 rangers gone. And then half damage here to these Crusaders, half damage to the champions, so on and so forth. If you've never read this, it's really nice. Strike the nearest creature with half damage, then strike the next creature with half damage again and again and again and again. We do have the lightning rod. This chain lightning is going to be bonkers. 98 creatures perish. That spell alone might have made it so we won this fight. No guarantees, but might have. That's not a bad blind. I don't hate that blind. At this point, if I can just keep my rangers unencumbered, I'll be pretty happy. And I'm going to have to decide, do I want to take out all these rangers or do I want to start working on these Crusaders? I think I want the Crusaders. I think I want the Crusaders more than I want anything else. 35 champions is pretty good, but being able to kill potentially 22 Crusaders, even better. Yeah, we'll take our damage. Yeah, we're losing some rangers there, but hey, that's why we've got them. I'm thinking if I chain lightning from this direction now, that could work. That could work. Let's do that. We might accidentally hit ourselves once or twice, but it shouldn't be too bad. We do not hit ourselves, and I'm all for it. Okay. Let's stay right on top of these guys. Ooh, interesting. So they're opting to try and back out of this fight as much as possible and just rely on the strength of their defenses and their archers. Unfortunately for them, we learned a trick from one of our enemies that we fought previously, and we are going to anti-magic to prevent additional cause for concern. We're eventually going to just overcome. These rangers are going to keep... Well, should I work on these? I think now I'm going to take out these rangers. Just because I don't want to have to deal with any ranged troops here. And then... Oh, let's... Watch this. We're going to teleport the blinded Crusaders over the wall. Hello. And the next turn we will anti-magic them. It's a really silly tactic, but it's going to be very effective. So, especially since, you know, we just needed troops to get over the wall. And they're going to break the blind, and I'm all for that. I am all for that. Let's take out their highest damage troop. Those Crusaders are just crazy. Crazy. And now we are still going to anti-magic our Crusaders again. I am flying through this battle because I know that I've got this one. The spells are just overwhelming. They are not going to be able to deal with me. They have not really been able to deal with me thus far. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. There goes their Crusaders. And now 40 Master Swordsmen, 50 Crusaders. Krager, it's over. There is nothing else you can do. This fight is lost. Let it go. Disrupting Ray, just to make things nice and easy. And that should be the fight. We did lose a ton of troops. We got a ton of experience, but everything culminated in that after we overcame Green's 4 castles. Green had 4 castles. After we overcame Green's 4 castles, Red's 1 castle and Blue's 1 castle, Krager's 1 castle growth is just not enough. He had no chance. And so by month 4, week 2, day 3, we finish up this fight with many troops left over. And thankfully, he does have the Sword of Andurin, which will increase your attack skill by 5. And so the whole reason for this scenario, aside from actually taking out the traitor, is completed. The 3 Andurin artifacts magically combine into one, the Battle Garb of Andurin. I'm going to right-click on it so you can see what it is. The Battle Garb of Andurin combines the powers of the 3 Andurin artifacts. It provides maximum luck and morale for your troops and gives you the town portal spell. It is an amazing, amazing artifact. And I'm excited to maybe get to have that on my primary hero for scenario 8. So with that being said, yellow player has been vanquished, and we have captured the enemy Lord Krager. Our quest is complete. Folks, this was a really fun one. So we've completed scenario 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and now we are on to scenario 8, Corruption's Heart. We will do that one next time. In the meantime, that was great. I'd love to hear your feedback on thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns, and I hope that this was worthwhile for you. That was incredibly tough. I did not think it would take me. This is a 3-4 hour video. I did not think it would take me that long to do that scenario. We play not because it's easy, but we play because it's exciting to finally overcome a very difficult opponent. With that being said, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones. We have the New Year's celebrations coming up. Be safe with all of that, and I will see you next time. Until then, Fix Fox out.